Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The next channel that we're looking at is a longtime supporter here, a generous, loyal, and dedicated creator, the mighty Trucker John. It's funny because he changed his name after I made the thumbnail for today's live stream. I noticed it when I was looking at his channel just before we started. The mighty Trucker John's been at it for a while. This creator does a lot of live streaming. It can be politically charged, but his live streams usually end up hours. He's got quite an audience in there, and I enjoyed my time in there as well. So he's closing in on 4,000 subscribers as well, which is great to notice. We always say you're hitting a new milestone and officially on the road to that milestone when you hit a 100 milestone right before it. And what I mean by that is because the mighty Trucker John has now hit 3,900. That puts him officially on the road to 4,000. A couple of things happened before we started the stream today. Scratching with Riz gifted a membership, and so we're going to put their channel up on the screen next. And Cruz Bolero is dropping a super chat. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get around to spinning the wheel like we usually do. The mighty Trucker John is posting videos fairly frequently, actually lately, almost daily. And then when we get into shorts videos here, we see this creator's gotten into 5,000, 6,000, and halfway to 7,000 views. And then live streams, like I said, are fairly frequent. And this creator's got quite a vibrant audience in the chat. He's usually on for a couple of hours, as we can see. I've been lucky to catch him a few times. So we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can for each other, making sure we catch as much content from each other as possible as well. I hope everybody will connect with Trucker John. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Mona Did What is in the house. She was live earlier today, right? It was today, not yesterday, right? And Scratching with Riz is up on the screen right now. They gifted a membership. You can see I'm behind with the channel, but we'll have a look at their videos in another second here. We got quite a few names on the wheel. Just Jason Keto and Canadian Family Life are both beloved and dedicated moderators, along with Michael's Adventures, who sent over a raid again. He's been doing that every stream lately, and I certainly do appreciate that. These are some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey. Scratching Pete PA is away on vacation. He's visiting Italy for what I think is the second time, or at least the second time in the last few years. He brought us some different content on his channel last time he went. We're hoping for some more right now, but he should be back within another week and a half or 2 weeks or so. As well, I've got Butler Family Farm and Home by Design with Marilyn on the wheel, with Day One Walks and Crafty Witch 232, along with Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. They are all members here, and we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Mona Did What is continuing their membership now, so I'll put them on the wheel also. And then I see Big Jack Storytime is here. Sir Dank for Jesus comes to us from Handicapped Traveler. Up Designs Customs, good to see you in the house. Kathy is also here. Palazzo Place has been here for every stream lately. Faith Marie Unscripted is also in the house. And then I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. I know Vintage Style by Joe has been here since the beginning of the stream. We're going to look at Cruz Bolero next because of that super chat. And Mona Did What, my dear goodness, is gifting a handful of memberships right now. Thank you for that generosity. She's done things like that many times before. And for that reason, we're going to put her channel on the screen right after Cruz Bolero. So Scratching with Riz, who we're looking at right now, gifted a membership earlier. Cruz Bolero dropped a super chat. Mona did what? Just gifted some memberships as well. We always put those channels on the screen first, but we'll get back to spinning the wheel like we always do, and after a little while I'll add some names to our wheel from our chat list. That's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream, so everybody has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen, and we will get to as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours or so. And then, yes, thank you, Little Lego. I know they're going live right after Tuber Chat at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then lots of creators come in and out all the time. It's actually what we're supposed to be doing, visiting other channels, watching their videos, leaving them comments, and then coming back into the chat. I know some people can do that with different windows or a couple of devices, but not everybody can, and so absolutely everybody's welcome in and out as much as you want, and I appreciate every moment everybody spends here, even if you're just coming by quickly to say hello, or if you are running the stream in the background. We got friends that do that. Relax with Mel might be doing that right now as they're at work. Big Jack Storytime, I'm going to put your channel on the wheel. It looks like you picked up a membership as well. And then Chef Mama Bliss is in the house. They not only make delicious looking content on their channel, but they teach others in a special academy, of which they are the CEO. I finally caught a premiere from Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I promise you, I get just as mad at myself as anybody else does when we miss each other's content. Of course, we all know we can't catch every stream, we can't catch every video. We all hopefully appreciate every moment everybody does spend on our content. But, you know, I see sometimes that people have important things and I miss them all the time. I've been missing Jason's premieres lately, and he just did a French toast chaffle recipe, which is I don't know why I didn't think of that before. It's probably going to be my favorite one. Henry Leslie Vermont is in the house. They're over with Michael's Adventures just about every day. New Horizons Above and Beyond is here every day as well. And oh, and then Big Jack Storytime will be live in a couple of hours as well. Or yeah, another 45 minutes from now. They go live every Sunday. We don't have a schedule here in Tuber Chat. I know everybody knows that, but I say it once in a while. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different people or creators from around the world in different time zones. Pardon me. As well as my personal work life and family life and stuff like that. We move things around and maneuver things. Not recommended for most channels. For most channels, you will find that having a dedicated time and day every week is beneficial, and you'll hear stories that I tell about that with different channels that we put up on the screen. But experimentation is always encouraged as well. And if you can find some kind of rhythm that works for your channel, no matter how that is, then by all means. Angie's Oddities is here. Margaret Seeger came over from my personal channel. I appreciate you being here. They've been a friend for years now. And K-Dog's Kennel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. They're working right now. I caught them for a live stream earlier today, but thanks for coming in and saying hello, and that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. We all know there are a lot of ways to support your favorite creators or channels that you want to support. That goes for all of us, including those thumbs up, every moment that we watch, word of mouth, and sharing on other social networks for other people. All of it really helps. We all know that. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And I see Create and Relate coming in. They've got a membership, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And then what we've got on the screen is Scratching with Riz. So I can see I'm behind now. This creator is bringing us lottery ticket scratching. Oh, Jaws ticket looks cool. I'm always interested to see all the different types of tickets because I'm in Ontario, Canada. So I see the same tickets that Scratch and Pete would put on his channel, but I don't often see these except for watching channels. And it's interesting to me to know how big or huge or large or whatever you want to call it lottery ticket scratching is as a genre and category on YouTube. I was surprised But after we started the Superchat channel 5 years ago, I started to realize how many creators are making this kind of content, and it's full of generous creators behind the channels as well. So I've just got the latest video. I've put that in my catch-up list so I can catch up with the channel the smallest bit. They've got some shorts over here as well. I'll put those in the popular tab, and we notice they're already beyond 500 and 600 views, on the way towards 700, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I caught them a few days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I think I've caught them pretty sporadically, actually. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of trying to catch each other as often as we can. Dark Sword's been gaming. Good to see you in the house. I can't remember if I caught them today or yesterday as well. I think it was this morning. And Dark Sword's been gaming in the UK, of course, right? So 5 hours, I think, ahead of us. I looked it up. Italy, where Scratch and Pete is, I think is 6 hours ahead, if I'm not mistaken, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Scrow's Nest is in the house. You put up a joke that I couldn't help but laugh. I wonder if it's still on my... I just looked at it. I just looked at it. I'm on social media just as much as anybody. It's disappeared. You know when you go on like Facebook and you have like posts that are there, but if you close the app and you go back like 10 minutes later, it's not there. But yes, time flies. If you follow Scrow's Nest, you'll likely find their social media links, and then you can see what I'm talking about. I love jokes of all kinds, to be honest with you. And the cheesier the better, to be honest with you. For me, I love that stuff. So let me not lose my place here in what we're doing. Dark Swordsman Gaming gift, pardon me, dropped a super chat there. So we're gonna look at that channel right after Mona Did What, and Cruz Bolero's coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. My dear goodness, are we flying today? So thank you, everyone. The Bud Files is getting added to the wheel as well. I know I say the same things a million times, but just for anybody that's not here the whole time, we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But I'll add some names to the wheel from our chat list in a little while. We did really well in the last stream. We got through more channels than we have lately, generally, if that makes any sense. Sean the Great Gamer has been a friend of ours for probably 5 years as well. And Cruz Bolero is up on the screen right now. And they are going to bring us cruising, lifestyle, and travel, as well as reviews. I see they got a brand new video here too. Independence of the Seas. Oh, in Spain? Really? I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to catch up with this creator. I'm so used to seeing like Caribbean cruises more often than anything else, or focusing on the ship, not even realizing the ports that they've gone to, because we're looking at room tours and ship tours and things like that. Cruz Bolero is here for just about every stream, and they're out there supporting other creators. I run into them all the time. They've got a couple of live streams as well. So they did a few months ago, and we'll see if they're going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other, of course. And they dropped a super chat earlier, so we're looking at their channel right away. But they've done that kind of thing many times before as well. April Showers Network, I'm going to add on to the wheel. We'll get around to spinning again in a second. Twitch Andrea, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yeah, it's Sir Tank for Jesus. Today it's flying. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Day One Walks is on the wheel already. That's actually Day One Adventures with a second channel they started many months ago. I'm not sure if it's been a year yet. Mona Did What is coming up right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Hadgeways, good to see you in the house. That's another travel channel. And then Mona Did What is going to bring us quilting more than anything else. But this is the definition of a dynamic creator. Mona Did What has been a friend of ours for as long as I can remember. I'm thinking 4 years. It might not quite be that long. But it's got to be close to it. This channel grows fast, and I believe the biggest reason why is because this creator is truly, like I said, a dynamic host. She's got friends on with her all the time. Let's look at the live stream page, because I didn't realize you had so many set up already. That's a great idea as well, setting up live streams and premieres in advance so that they can be sitting in the YouTube system, and YouTube can have the information in advance to push them out appropriately at the right time, if that makes any sense. So I caught her live today, and I've caught Mona Did What live many times before, but they're always laughing and having a good time while creating at the same time as well. And I've talked about Mona Did What and her content a million times before. Like I said, she's been a friend for years. But what I found most compelling about her channel in particular is she doesn't bring us simple quilting. She also talks about how to avoid mistakes and even how to fix some of those mistakes when we make them, if we're somebody who quilts, let's say. And she will also show us a million different things that she creates. And I see she's got a different garden update video here as well. I know this one's really short. I'm just going to put it in my catch-up list right now. I watched your latest video already. And then Mona Did What has got shorts on the channel also, and this is where you get to see she's laughing and dancing and having fun, and that's all the time on this channel. So some of these have done well, 8,000, 10,000, 15,000, and her channel's now crossed 10,000 subscribers as well, which is great. Of course, she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And then Greenland Quilter Katie is dropping a super chat as well. Thank you for that. Mona Did What gifted a handful of memberships, and I always appreciate that extra generous support. It's absolutely unnecessary, of course, but always appreciated. And we're going to look at Greenland Quilter Katie right after Dark Swordsman Gaming, who came up in with a super chat moments ago as well. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Lisa's Fun Finds is in the chat. That's another longtime friend. And Paralife TV, forgive me, I know you've been here from the beginning. That's Shane. And somebody I met up with last year, as a matter of fact, which is always cool. I love meetups. This past weekend, yesterday, Elevate with Fern was in town again. Last year, she came here for a few days, and we got to spend lots of time together. But this time, she's here for a short trip with some friends. But I managed to catch up with her yesterday and spend a few hours. And she'll have posted some stuff. I got to get her to send me the stuff that she either filmed or posted or pictures or whatever. Dark Swordsman Gaming is up on the screen right now. This is another longtime friend. Now, this is somebody who does a lot of video gameplay and streaming in particular. I'm just going to grab the latest Elden Ring video. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. This creator's just done one short so far, but we'll keep an eye and see if they're going to continue with those. Lots of live streaming. I caught them today. I tend to catch them occasionally, as you can see, and like I said, they come from the UK, so I know our time zones are far off, especially since Tuber Chat. We've been doing our streams around this time just about every week, so it's got to be, what is that, 11 p.m. I think they're starting. I've got one set for this coming Saturday, a few hours earlier, just so everybody knows. They did it at 3 p.m. Eastern, and literally that's to help a few more people who can't catch these streams because of the times to get in here, and that's our friends in Europe and possibly even Australia. It's tough for them being 12 hours off from me. R&W Farmstead, Tony Walsh, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Super Rainbow Queen is still here. Leonica is in the house as well. I think I said hello to Lisa's Fun Finds. Like I said, she's been a friend for years as well. I caught her the other day. And then, forgive me if I'm missing anything in the chat. So, Dark Swordsman Gaming up on the screen. Hopefully everybody will connect with. A generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, to say the least. And they've been with us for years as well. I don't know if they've been with us for 5 years, something like that. And there you go. Yeah, 20 past 11 now. So quite late. I know a lot of our friends with gaming channels tend to be doing their stuff much later, but still, we love the idea of being able to reach different people and have the freedom to move the times around, let's just say. And then Twitch Andrea. So the wheel is based generally on how active everybody is in the chat. I've got a robot in the background called Streamlabs. It's like Nightbot, right? And it keeps track of how active everybody has been, not just how long you're here, but somewhat conversation. It's some arbitrary calculation that it keeps, and I've got a list that I can reference. So as time goes on, when the wheel gets down to about 5, 6, or 7 people, I will add a name or two onto the wheel. And even if it doesn't get that low, I'll still add one every hour or so. And then we make sure that we get to at least a couple of channels, if not more than that. Some days more than others. From the chat, so that it's not just members, moderators, and super chatters. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen. But the truth is, and for anybody that hasn't already heard this speech, being on the wheel and the screen is the least important part of what we're doing here. I know everybody likes it. I know everybody likes to see their channel on the screen and hear me talk about it, or most people probably do. But really the magic of this channel happens in the chat. That's literally why it's called Tuber Chat. The more conversation you have with other people, the more friends you're going to make here. And I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm talking about true friends. That's what makes this whole thing go. Izzy Pop, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I know you were live earlier. I wasn't able to catch it. You went live just as I was heading out to do my weekly shopping run. And forgive me for that. I've been lucky enough to catch Izzy Pop many times. I think I shared a video out for you. I do all my shares in advance. Right before we look at the next channel, I'll show you what on earth I'm talking about. If I go to the post page, you can set all your shares in advance. And we share every 2 hours here, right? It's enough time that each post gets a bit of exposure. But I'll tell you this, sharing on the community tab is the #1 thing that I'm thanked for as the host of Tuber Chat. People really notice because of the way that these posts work. So you can see I've got them set all the way through today and tomorrow. And it's a mix between members, moderators, supporters of different types, not just super chatters. Anybody who spends an abundant amount of time here, for instance, has shares, and we try to get through. I've got a bit of a system. I try to get through everybody once a month, or it rolls over once a month is a better way of putting that. Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So forgive me, I'm falling behind here, but Greenland Quilter Katie is up on the screen right now. They dropped a super chat. So did Kaiser Gaming YT and Izzy Pop. They're the next 2 channels we're going to look at. Dark Swordsman Gaming did the same thing. And Mona did what? Gifted a handful of memberships there. I really appreciate that extra generous support. All of these creators have done things like that before, most of them many times. And I really do appreciate that. I know the recipients of those gifted memberships will be happy to have those. And Yadira, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. My dear goodness. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Rushing Wind Mountain is here. I'm laughing because I'm trying to keep up with the chat and it's looking impossible today. And Sean the Great Gamers on 10 years of YouTube today, if you could believe that, which is fantastic. YouTube's been around a little bit longer than I think most of us think it has. I've been on for 8 years now. Tuber Chat's been here for 5 years, and boy does time ever fly, right? Squirrel's Nest. And yes, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Greenland Quilter Katie, I always talk about, I tell the same story when I look at this channel. They got a podcast going on in the first videos you see here, but they've really mixed up their content. They've done some shopping videos over the Christmas season. And when they first started coming into the Tuber Chat family, which now is about a year, they were giving us these beautiful views around Greenland, on the water, mountain views, icebergs, glaciers, all the things we might expect. When we flip over to the shorts videos here, we're going to see even more of a look around Greenland. Lots of outdoor content here. And then getting into even over 3,100 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. Greenland Quilter Katie is live frequently. I caught them a few days ago. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. Foodies Vacations, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Foothills of Appalachia, forgive me for missing you in the chat. Majestic Lion Eyes channel, good to see you back. Thank you for coming in. I know they were here last time. And thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for another super chat. Like I said, they've done that kind of thing many times before. So we're going to look at Kaiser Gaming YT and Izzy Pop in a moment for the same reason. But I also noticed that Be Amazing Sylvia just came into the door right now. So actually, I'm going to get their channel onto the wheel because they are a member. We always add members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But what we're going to do right now is take a break for 3.5 minutes. And right before that, I'm going to play a clip from our interview series. And these are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. The clip I'm going to play for you right now featuring Be Amazing Sylvia is from an upcoming episode. There are 5 on the channel right now, one more that I'm still editing that I will eventually get up. And then the interesting thing about these is the creators that are featured are all going through the same things that we are. The only difference is that they've already been with us for years, some of them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or even 5 years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. We use the term family a lot. I noticed you all doing it when I was just starting out. And then, you know, over the years, of course, you use that because it truly feels like that, especially when, you know, you haven't been on for a while. Somebody comes looking for you and notices. That's a good feeling, you know, and we try to do that for other people as well. But these are just examples of how this starts to feel like a family. And you hear me say often, I know Sylvia feels the same way, that we give much more to others than we expect to receive, knowing that we're going to get everything that we want. I mean, Sylvia, when I was first connected to you, and I can't remember now, I don't remember if it was 4 years or 5 years, but it's somewhere around there. And she was obviously already at it. But thinking back to how you must have felt, I don't know how soon you thought you were going to get over 10,000 and now towards 14,000 subscribers, but it must be a great feeling to see it continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm definitely blessed. I feel blessed. I just feel motivated. I feel uplifted. And I'm happy that I can connect with so many amazing supporters. The people who come in, they come in and they stick and they stay. Yes, not all almost 14,000 people come over, but I have repeat offenders. And what I mean by repeat offenders,
of course,
I'll see you in my comments on Monday. I'll see you in my comments on Wednesday. See you in my comments on Friday. So you always coming back and you're supporting me. And one thing that I do on my channel, and I think this is a big change and with having so many supporters, when people leave a comment on any video, be it a short, be it a video, be it a live, I'm going to respond back to you to acknowledge you for coming in, thanking you for coming in. And then I go to your channel and I watch something for you. In order to get support on these YouTube streets, you got to give support. You have to give it. Sure. It's $3.99 to go over there and watch a video of somebody and make a comment. You don't know how much you may change their life. You know?
Okay, we're going to take a break for 3.5 minutes and be right back. one of the other things that I do throughout the streams here is when we go on those breaks, not every time, but often, I will remove a bunch of names from the wheel. Anybody I don't think we've seen in the last 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. Now, members and moderators will always be re-added onto the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. So if you're a member or moderator still listening or watching, just please be active once in a while. I'll make sure you're on there. But that gives us a chance to get through more channels than we otherwise would have, and we always get through as many as we can in 3 hours. We still got just under 2.5 hours to go. So Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream is keeping their membership going right now. Kid Wonder was so supportive to me and to us in the beginnings of Tuber Chat before we even started 6 years ago, that he was the first creator chosen out of the Tuber Chat family to be featured on episode number 2, if you can believe that. Day One Walks is still here. Broke but bountifully blessed Carol is in the house as well. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. Oh, I think I didn't add Sir Dank for Jesus, but that is Handicapped Traveler. Even a member for as long as I can remember as well, so forgive me for that. And then thank you everybody for those likes. Life with Wanda, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then when we look at Kaiser Gaming YT, this creator's up on the screen right now. They dropped a super chat earlier. Izzy Pop came in and did the same thing right afterwards. So we'll look at that channel next. Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita is in the house, and I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. What I was going to say though about this particular creator, Kaiser Gaming YT, comes to us from a longtime friend, another friend that's actually been with us from the beginning, Chris's Clever Craft. We'll look at his original channel in a moment, but he started a gaming channel a couple of years ago, now closing in on 1,600 subscribers. This one's monetized also, so lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Cuts a lot of videos out of his live streams, or makes videos like while he's live streaming, but he puts a ton of content on this channel, including shorts that have now gotten into 9,000 and 10,000 views on a couple. He's got live streams, and these are frequent, so you sometimes even multiple times a day, as you can see. Now lately he's been playing a lot of Final Fantasy, and I've caught him many times, but he mixes up the gameplay. Of course, Final Fantasy, I don't even know what version they're on now. Hopefully I'll catch you for another stream again soon. I thought I'd caught you, but maybe it's just more so on the other channel. If I type in Chris's Clever Craft, we're going to find his original channel. He's actually live right now. So this creator loves to work. He is doing a lot of live streaming where he's busy and working all the time. I've been catching him lately. He's got an interesting property. He brings us indoors and outdoors for a lot of interesting stories. Once in a while an unboxing, and lots of do-it-yourself videos. He also advocates for other channels that are growing with shout-outs for other creators, maybe even product reviews occasionally. And then this creator's done really well with shorts, getting into now 1,600 and 3,200 views, but one at 32,000, and that one still gets views. I'm sure it had 31,000 when we looked at it the other day. Live streams, this creator is most often working. He does all sorts of different work, as you can see from some of his other videos there, and streams literally for hours. These streams are going on, which is great to see. He's working on 700 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther, and know again that he is one of the most supportive creators here in the Tuber Chat family over the last 5 years. He's been with me on my personal channel. He's been with us here all this time. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody coming into the chat, but we're going to look at Izzy Pop next. So thank you again, Chris's Clever Craft and Kaiser Gaming YT for the super chat. He's done that countless times before. So has Izzy Pop, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Yeah, when I was sharing a video for this channel today, I don't know when you changed your handle, but I noticed it today because I always look for this channel by its handle, which was Izzy Poppers for a while, and then today I noticed it's got the underscore in the middle of it. But Izzy Pop is a longtime friend, and they are working on 1,900 subscribers right now. They do a lot of animation on their channel, bit of random content. I see you got a brand new video from a few days ago as well. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That one's a few seconds short of what we're usually looking for. We always want to connect with videos that are 3 minutes or longer. But that should be fine to connect with as well. You notice that every channel I put on the screen that's been on the screen before is subscribed. That's because we know that that system works. We've been doing it the same way for like 5 years now. Yeah, Robert Mac Media, thank you. Sorry, I waved to you in the chat. Whenever we're on break, I always just give a little wave emoji in the chat like that, but I certainly do appreciate you coming in. Robert Mac Media has been with me for years as well. He's another creator who came over from my personal channel, and I appreciate that as well. And he does a lot of travel in a lot of places like Thailand and things like that. And then, yeah, Izzy Pop has struggled with the search results for a while because it's a cool and fun and easy to remember name. But because it's so short and popular, it struggles with the search results. Unfortunately, that's probably going to carry on for a while. Most creators hit #1 in the search results around the world for their name by the time they hit 800 subscribers because they're the most active channel of all. With similar names because they're here in the Tuber Chat family. We're all focused on our channels, putting content out regularly and things like that. But whenever we find names that are really short and have really popular words and things like that, they struggle in the search results a little bit longer. So it's a bit of a trade-off, right? When we're naming our channels. If we pick something easy to remember, we might have a lot of competition. If we pick something unique, it's very hard to find and people won't remember it so easily. So it's a bit of a trade-off either way. I promise you, even I struggle with that. There are, I don't know how many other Kevin K's with YouTube channels on the planet, and at least 2 of them are DJs. I used to be a DJ, and that had me struggling with the search results in the beginning as well. But you know, eventually you're going to overcome it being the most active. And the other thing too is, well, the search results are changing too. Even my personal search results, there are channels that should not have fallen in the search results, but they do. So YouTube's changing things all the time, and unfortunately, you know, I'd love to go and work there and run it myself, but they don't seem to want to let me do that. Otherwise, we'd all be doing much better. Izzy Pop is working on 1,900 subscribers and monetized. Now, I mentioned the idea they do a lot of animation in their videos, but if you read from their About section, after we look at the shorts here, getting into 1,300 and 1,500 views, that one's a newer one that's starting to pump up, which is great. Looking at the About page or About section lets us know that this creator is going to bring us a lot of fun and a lot of conversation. I can tell you in the live streams, they got a vibrant community and an audience that loves to interact and trickles in and out of there. But their purpose, or at least one of the main purposes of the channel, is to help us with graphic art and design. And they said they don't know how many banners they've done for other channels, thumbnails they've done for other channels and things like that. But they can help us, whether it's with Canva or other digital art tools. And I hope everybody will connect with Izzy Pop. You can see I'm lucky enough to catch them fairly frequently when they're live. And the conversation can go anywhere once they start, just like every other channel and every other live stream seems to be. And then... yes, fell hard and it hurt. Izzy Pop. Yeah, it's kind of really weird to think about why that happens, especially Izzy Pop is somebody who's here for probably every stream, almost every Tuber Chat stream, and I certainly don't expect that from anybody. I don't remember every channel that's been here every time or anything like that, but I do appreciate every moment everybody spends, and occasionally I recognize the idea like some channels are here every chance that they can be, and you know, I always appreciate that as well. But it's unfortunate to see, like, you know, we stream almost 3 times a week, and that means I'm searching, finding, and clicking on these channels. Just one person is doing it 3 times a week, and it's usually more than that between sharing out and going through my stats and comments and things like that as well. So it's really weird. And then Mr. Fulton Mraz has always got interesting news for us in the chat. He's another friend of probably 6 years, since before we even started This channel, Home by Design with Marilyn, still with us. I'm going to get them back onto the wheel right now. And Izzy Pop, thank you again for the super chat. Thank you again, Kaiser Gaming YT. And then Me Too Times Elevate Me Too. Oh, sorry, Me To You. Let me get your channel onto the wheel as well. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat here, and it's time for me to spin, so I'll get that done right now. I think I missed something in the chat though, actually. Let me just double check here. We had another super chat from PK Adventure Travel, so forgive me for missing that, and they were actually doing that so that we would look at Foodie's vacation. So we'll do that right now. I'll get a little list happening because I see that Keto Simple is coming in as well. I recognize their avatar. They're easy to notice.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So Home by Design with Marilyn is going to come up because I spun the wheel, but Keto Simple will be next after PK Adventure Travels. They dropped a super chat so that we would look at their friend Foodie's Vacations, who is also very active in the travel community and brings us travel-based content as well. Big 3, Big Dad Aussie, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. They are a member. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Go With The Flow Farm. Thank you for your super chat. Also, I'll get your channel up after Home by Design with Marilyn. And after a little while longer, when we go on our next break, I'll add a name to our wheel from our chat list. And then Foodie's Vacations is up on the screen right now. This creator has given a lot of thanks to a lot of creators because they've hit their 1,000 subscribers, which has to be exciting. We know it's an important milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. This creator is going to bring us traditional travel content and a lot of live streaming. Let's look at shorts over here for a second. We see these have gotten into 2,200, 2,400, 4,900. They're going to have 5,000 on that one soon enough. And then live streams. So they have done a ton of these. I've been lucky to catch them frequently or occasionally. They've got one coming up tomorrow. We'll be looking forward to that. I'll be at work. I have to miss that one. But the good thing about a lot of this stuff is we can catch each other's replays and things like that. And as long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, then everybody's doing just fine. We know that. It's Crow's Nest. Still in the house. The Source is here. I know you were live earlier. Forgive me for missing that. I was out shopping this afternoon. It was unavoidable. I always do my shopping routine on Sundays for some reason. Butler Family Farm. Oh, you got honey now? Butler Family Farm's got honey on the farm now. They've had bees for a few years, actually. And thank you for that. I'm going to put their channel up right after Go With The Flow Farm. We're building up quite a list here. I'm going to have to order another pizza and an entire pineapple to go with it for those of you who saw my little silliness today. And actually, I'd love it if anybody here hasn't already connected with Elevate with Vern. She's a dear friend. She's known as my YouTube BFF. We've been dear friends for 5 years now. She joined me for the first 100 episode, 200 episode, 300, and 400 to talk about YouTube. But she came to visit this weekend. I saw her yesterday. And she literally saw, for what I think must have been the first time, pineapple on pizza. It wasn't mine. The people we were with were having Hawaiian pizza, which is bacon, ham, and pineapple. And she looked like she did not approve. So I had to put that in the goal for today. But thank you, everybody, for these contributions. And Gail Southern Living, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So PK Adventure Travels dropped a super chat so that we would look at Foodies Vacations. And so we're going to look at their channel as well. Now, this is Ryan and Mel, and they bring us travel-based content as well, as a matter of fact, being travel agents. And they do a lot of different aspects on their channel, if that makes any sense. A lot of different types of content. So traditional travel like cruising and ship tours and room tours and talking about amenities and excursions and things like that. But they also do some RV camping, and they give us a tour of their RV. So their videos, I've really enjoyed watching a handful of their videos because they do such a thorough job. They're a dynamic couple. They have a perfect chemistry between the two of them that comes across on camera as well. But Ryan also has another series of videos. He said it's been a while since he dropped one, but these news article ideas that he turns into videos are interesting, and I would recommend that anybody that's going to travel watch like this playlist of videos, even if you watched it from the most recent on, as many videos as you can get through, because he's got really interesting stuff in there that we might not think of, and it applies to just about anybody who's going to travel. And then Greenland Quilter Katie's dropping a super chat so that we will look at Crafty Witch 232, and thank you for that. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. I know Andy will be happy to have that as well. We'll put their channel up right after Butler Family Farm. PK Adventure Travels, I see you got a brand new video. And this will be I'm actually interested to see this, because regardless of what kind of trailer we're talking about, having some kind of electric jack seems like a good idea. I have done way too much work with trailers where we're winding those things, and my gosh, when they are loaded, it is not a fun thing to have to do. PK Adventure Travels has got shorts over here as well. These have gotten into 11,000 and 12,000 views now, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I can see they're pushing the channel really hard. They just crossed their 10,000, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent. They're live every Thursday as a minimum. They go on at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then they do a lot of collaborating with other creators. I was actually lucky enough to be on a panel similar to what we see here with them a few weeks ago. This one here. Oh, look, I come up in your rollover again. And that was a really fun time, but they always have a lot of fun on their channel, and I'm sure you will too. So hopefully everybody will connect with PK Adventure Travels, another couple of generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I see that Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is still here, so I'm going to get them onto the wheel again. We are just moving like wildfire today. Fever Dream Animation, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And, you know, more than anything else, I think it's the shares that do it. I mean, word of mouth always helps. I know people say wonderful things about the Tuber Chat community, and I appreciate that. Hopefully, I'm sure all of our moderators appreciate it, and everybody who's here as often as they can be as well. You know, this whole thing, I give a lot of credit to moderators, and, you know, I know I could do a good job here, but it's the community at large that makes this whole thing run. Not everybody can be here every day, and as long as everybody's doing as much as we can for each other, everybody's fine, and I appreciate every moment that everybody can spend here. And the kind things that we all say, not just about this channel and these streams, but about each other. You know, luckily I was right about all of this when I started this 5 years ago with a lot of friends who are still with us today. But the idea is that, you know, if we can actually help people grow their channels with a true, solid, and strong foundation of friends, as channels start to really succeed, passing the 10,000 subscribers, moving on towards 100,000 and this and that, they will have no choice but to mention Tuber Chat and this community when people ask them how they did it. That goes for everybody here, right? We want everybody to get whatever it is that they want out of YouTube. That's the truth. Whether it's subscribers, whether it's money, whether it's a business or any other thing, that's what I personally want. That's what this is all meant for. That's what we wish for each other, is, you know, for everybody just to be happy with what they're doing. But as more and more channels are successful, this is what's happening. People have no choice but to credit each other with the help that they've been given along the way, and that goes for me too. I've had so much help, it's been overwhelming. This is where we get into the speech about, giving much more than we expect to receive. You've heard me say it a million times, and it's absolutely true, because if you look at what's going on here in the Tuber Chat channel, even my personal channel has 10,000 now, but if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't have got to 10,000 on that channel. So you see how it all kind of comes full circle, if that makes any sense. And then we've got quite a few channels to look at right now. So Keto Simple is coming up, and I appreciate the kind words there as well.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
When I personally think about the idea of a keto-based diet or lifestyle, I think about the idea that it can seem overwhelming, but I can tell you a true story. For those of you who follow me on Facebook, you will notice, I think it was in 2009, and forgive me, I know that's a long time ago, but I had done what I called going on a diet for a couple of months, and I didn't know that I was doing keto at the time. I was just doing something that a friend was doing, following their lead. And it turns out years later, as I've come to know what keto is from creators like this, that's what we were doing. And I lost 30 pounds in 2 months, and it really wasn't that hard. I cheated as much as anybody else did, and didn't add a lot of physical activity to it, not really. But it can be overwhelming, I think, for anybody who is considering starting. There's so much information out there. So it's great that we have a creator that wants to make it simple. Now, it seems to me that people like Rocking Keto Amy, Just Jason Keto, Keto Simple says so on their channel. The idea is to make it simple. A lot of these creators have easy to follow recipes, product reviews, not to mention tips and tricks, trials, tribulations, and things like that to help us avoid some of the pitfalls they might have come into, or it's the tips and tricks that really help out, ideas. And look at some of the shorts on this channel. They've gotten into 10,000, 21,000, 44,000, 148,000 views on one of these, and not to mention some pizza there. I'm always happy to see pizza on the keto channels. And then live streams. I've been lucky to catch them. I caught them a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize a couple weeks had already passed, and a couple weeks before that. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. Looks like they're doing one every Sunday morning, and then 4 days ago, is it Wednesday that you do these live streams? I'm just curious if you have that on a schedule, because it looks like it when I see thumbnails like that. It makes me think that they've got a schedule going, if I didn't notice it by the titles or anything. And then oh my dear goodness, 45 pounds in 6 months. And what I can tell everybody, just personally, I'm way overweight now. Again, I've gained a lot. I know exactly why I've done that and everything else. And it's not just about weight. I can't help but talk about these channels without mentioning it. But the idea is that I find it was really helpful to have somebody to do it with every day. And we had another friend, actually, so the three of us really talking about it every day, making it into almost a hobby, and having a bit of accountability where, you're free to do whatever you want. The world's not going to attack you just because you cheat and eat something you feel like you shouldn't eat one day. But knowing that you're going to have to report it in the spirit of honesty to your friends might be enough to stop you from making one bad decision, let's just say. And that's all that kind of thing can take. So I'll let our keto friends help us with that and do a better job of explaining everything and the benefits and how easy it really can be. But the goal of these channels seems to be to make it simple, and that was Keto Simple. So thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that many times before. And PK Adventure Travels, thank you for your super chat as well. And then I think we've got Home by Design with Marilyn. I spun the wheel earlier, and this is a creator that's going to give us modern, elegant, cozy design ideas that can be budget friendly as well. And then when we look at what they're doing, I see they've got quite a few videos here over the last couple weeks. I'm just going to grab the latest story to be told here. And I'll put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. They got shorts on their channel as well. A few cooking videos, delicious looking content there. And then some of these shorts have gotten now into 2,400, one at 3,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So it's been a few months since they've done these. But we've got notification bells on for every single channel, so it gives us the best chance of catching each other, all of our content, but also when we're going to go live. We got another super chat coming in here, Bedazzling Designs. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I see Rachel Aloha is in the house, and I'll get Bedazzling Designs onto our list. They're going to come up right after Crafty Witch 232 in a few moments here. And I think that was Greenland Quilter Katie that dropped a super chat for them. And Go With The Flow Farm is coming up right now. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And after a little while longer, I will get back to spinning the wheel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Create and relate, forgive me, a couple times during the stream I'll remove names from the wheel if I haven't seen somebody in the chat in a little while, but I always add members and moderators back into the chat as soon as I see them. But thank you for mentioning that. Any of our members or moderators that wonder if you have been missed, by all means, just ask me or one of the moderators. I know the names on the wheel can be hard to see. I'd love it if everybody tries to read them first, but if you're sure you're supposed to be on the wheel and not there, then our moderators or myself can sort that out for you, and I'll certainly get everybody on there that's supposed to be on there as quick as we can. And we will get as many creators onto the screen and wheel as we possibly can. Create and relate. Did I miss that? Oh, I must have missed it. Yes. You actually, thank you for mentioning it too. You dropped a super chat right after Butler Family Farm. Yeah, forgive me. Today we are moving faster than, wow, it might be a record day. We'll have to see. And then Go With The Flow Farm. Oh, pardon me. I'm just, I I get way too caught up in all the different things that we're doing here. Where did Go With The Flow Farm go? Oh, YouTube wants to misspell for me. That's why. That's one thing we got to watch in the search results. It doesn't happen all the time. But this channel, it's spelled properly. There's just no spaces. But when I type it in, YouTube wants to change it. And that's why the search results didn't have this channel come up right away. But as soon as I click the thing that I don't want it to change that, then it comes up right away. So Go With The Flow Farm is up here right now. Create and Relate is still to come up after Butler Family Farm. We're going to look at Crafty Witch 232 and Bedazzling Designs soon as well. Chris is in the house. Good to see you here. Get them onto the wheel, and I got to get that channel in the background so that I have their handle. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then, yeah, thank you, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. I did actually miss that somehow. Even with my glasses on, I promise you I can't see a thing. I'm overdue for getting new glasses, and I actually wrecked my glasses. I'm wearing a backup pair from like 4 years ago right now. Thank God we save these things sometimes. But I don't know if you can see, I've got Scotch tape. Or not Scotch, I don't forget what we call this. Is it, yeah, Scotch tape on my glasses holding them together. But they wiggle around too much when I'm doing Tuber Chat, so I had to put the older ones on. At some point soon, I'll get some new ones. Go with the Flow Farm. Up on the screen right now is a channel I'm still getting to know. They got 717 subscribers right now. As we can see, all outdoor content. I'm just going to grab the latest video, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about with a fun name. I use playlist to keep caught up with creators. And playlist can be a great tool for that. When we look at shorts on Go With The Flow Farm, we see they've gotten into 4,100, 5,100, 5,900, and one of them at 10,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. So I caught them last week. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one. They're streaming regularly and working on 800 subscribers. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Oh, Kristen from Bell's Whisper Farmstead, thank you. Greenland Quilter Katie, I must have missed that one too. Forgive me, I don't know why I missed so much, but I will make sure that that gets put up as well. I'll put them all together. I'll put Crafty Witch 232 and Bell's Whisper Farmstead together, and then we'll look at Bedazzling Designs. Right now, we're going to skip over to Butler Family Farm. And forgive me, I really do appreciate all the extra generous support. We're moving faster than ever today. That's my excuse for today, is I'm tripping over myself here. But things usually get calmer as the stream goes on. We still got 2 hours. It's plenty of time, lots of channels to go through and everything else. But we'll do what we can. Relax with Mel. Thank you for the super chat. That's for Jesse Journals and Unboxes. And we absolutely honor these as well. As you can see, we've done a few today, and I think it's an incredibly generous thing to have done. We've seen these many times before. So Relax with Mel, we're going to look at. They might be working right now, though. They peeked in earlier today and said they were working. They might not be able to chat so much, but I really do appreciate that, and I know Jessie will be happy for that. We'll talk about her brand new video she put out earlier. I got to watch that with, what did you call it, washi tape? Is that how you pronounce that? She does a lot of journaling and collages and things like that. Really comes up with creative stuff, but I'll show you that when we get there. Globies Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Little Legos peeking back in. They've got a live stream coming up in a while. Oh, and then, yeah, the stream boss, Sir Dank for Jesus. Yeah, and Relax with Mel already took that over there. But, yeah, Butler Family Farm. Jerry likes to take over the stream boss position. We got a few creators that actually fight over that. So you can see the obvious monetary benefit to having something like that on your channel. And there's other ones, too, from Stream Elements. There's one I've used before. But it's called the Stream Boss, and it's a video game life meter underneath my camera here. And every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the Stream Boss, and then the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure. So that was Butler Family Farm for a while, and it looks like Relax with Mel will hold that position for a bit. And then washi tape, is that what it was called? Yes, Go With The Flow Farm. And Jessie Journals and Unboxes did 3. She did what she called a mega unboxing today, 3 different sets. And she's always got creative stuff going on. Butler Family Farm, up on the screen right now.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So Rachel Loha, it's interesting that you mentioned the idea of the equipment needed to live stream. So it's easy for me to sit here and say that we really don't need a lot of equipment, but I promise you can get by with things that are not necessarily expensive. There's a lot of great ideas out there for how to acquire things. If you absolutely need something like a capture card or a microphone or headphones or any of that stuff, I would look on Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji and Letgo and whatnot and these other places. Some of our friends do sales on YouTube in an auction style, where you can find gently used equipment. Let's just say I had a speech that I gave my son many years ago. We're both musically inclined. I was a DJ for years. He played in what we call the School of the Arts in Toronto all through high school and everything. He may be more talented than me, but when he became old enough to want to buy a keyboard of his own, like a really professional keyboard, I forget what we call it, but it's one of those like 88 key, versatile things you plug in the computer. And I forget what company makes it, Korg or one of those things. I said to him, I go, listen, in a lot of cases, I like to buy brand new things where possible if I can afford it. And I don't really like to buy used things in certain circumstances. But when it comes to computer equipment, musical equipment, and things like that, it's usually very well cared for. It's just not used as much as people thought they were going to use it when I buy it. So you're not going to go wrong in most cases buying something used if it's electronic. Right? And sure enough, it was right. So he managed to get this $200 keyboard for $100. Keep in mind, I'm in Canada, so the prices sound a little more expensive. But that's an example. But in a lot of cases, we don't even need the equipment. Depending on the version of like Xbox, PlayStation, or things like that you might have, people can go live right from the console, and they have ways to do that. I have done some video game recording with consoles and a capture card, but mine is the oldest, cheapest one from Elgato, S60 or whatever it was called. It doesn't have to be the best. And streaming, we really beat our internet to death when we're doing anything over 720. So in my opinion, it's not necessary. If you're not going to do 4K, then it doesn't matter. And 4K is just like ridiculous in a lot of cases. It would eat our phone plans, in a day. I find that streaming at 720, when I do outdoor live streams on my iPhone 11, by the way, it takes 1.5 gigs per hour. So that's just an idea, and you can play with the settings to change those things up, but these are just ideas. One of the biggest things that we talk about is the idea that you don't need great equipment a lot of the time. Sometimes it's unavoidable. I get what our gaming friends are doing, but I promise you, I think about upgrading, but I haven't done it yet. I'm using an iPhone 11 now. Every other video that I've filmed before that, I did have an iPhone 12 mini for a while, but before that was an iPhone 4S. Can you believe like how old that phone is now? And there is, I believe, one video that might have 1 million views now that was filmed with that phone, and others with hundreds of thousands of views on other channels. Any phone is going to be fine. Any GoPro is going to be fine. And I bet that most people here either have older phones, older cameras, or things that we've forgotten about, or friends that have upgraded that would be happy to loan us or sell us or give us some of their older stuff. Prairie Prospecting, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And forgive me, I missed everything that went on in the chat while I was going on that long speech there. But I just wanted to mention this because it's a great conversation for everybody. When I bought my first GoPro, I bought a GoPro 5, and that's when the 7/8 or 9s were out. I wanted it for a specific reason, but I saved a lot of money getting it for less than half price, right? And it's just as good. It films almost 4K. So these are just ideas, and I don't want to make it sound like I know what I know so much about everything and all that. That's not my intention. My intention is just to share knowledge and experience with everybody. Although I learn every single day from creators with channels of all sizes as well. I always want to improve. I always want to do better tomorrow, just like everybody else. So even when it sounds like I'm telling everybody what they should or shouldn't do, I promise it's not meant that way. And then Wi-Fi. Oh, Go With The Flow Farm says Wi-Fi is trouble. Yeah, it can be. I struggled when I moved to Niagara Falls, which is where I live now. I grew up in Toronto, but when I was in Niagara Falls and did my first 10 live streams, every one of them broke. Every one of them, the signal cut off. They were looping and just terrible, and I was so angry, and I literally like had to look at the sky and I say, you can shut me down as much as you want, and I will never stop trying until this starts. And I know it sounds cliche and cheesy, but that's a true story. I promise you that that's exactly what I had said. I will not stop until this works. And it's the only reason. I don't even remember when it started working, but it finally did, right? And now I don't have trouble. But, you know, Wi-Fi was always the problem, trying to catch Wi-Fi off the city or anything else. Cell phone plans can start to be expensive and everything. Lizzie Jean, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Mark the Shark is in the house. Much love and aloha. I've got, one of his hats right there with Rambling with the Brooms hat right beside it. I keep them right beside me now. And then, forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat. I'm going to start to move through channels again here. Together We Travel's in the house. And then Prairie Prospecting just uses the phone. Gaming can be tough because when we use, no Wi-Fi where they are as well. When we think about either Hawaii or other distant places like that, Wi-Fi can be spotty and internet services. Even here in Niagara Falls, we live in the farthest corner of Niagara Falls. So if anything happens to the internet from the middle of the city to where we are, it cuts off. Even here in Superchat over the last 5 years, we've lost 10 or 20 streams, because of the internet, probably closer to 20. Over the years because of that. So I promise you, I understand what you mean. Butler Family Farm is Jerry and Susan together. They share the camera work and they're usually together here. Jerry let me know they've got a video here talking about the honey that they've got now, which is really cool. Michael's Adventures, who's in the chat as a moderator, got me into local honey many years ago here in the Superchat family. And now usually what I do is when I'm getting low, I will literally wait until I pass a farm on one of the outlying, streets outside the city and jump out of the car and go buy from them at the side of the road. The last bottle of local honey that I bought was actually at a farmer's market that they had just down the street here. But that kind of thing. But Butler Family Farm is now going to have bees creating honey. They've had bees for a few years now, which is cool. I'm sure they love adding things to the farm. They've really grown over the years, not just the channel. They're closing in on 100,000. They'll probably have it by the end of the summer. But and they're using the promotion system. Jerry's been very forthcoming about that, and he'll share information with anybody that wants it if you message him over there. But they've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs on the farm, and then they head out for a lot of meetups with other creators, other influencers, other neighbors, and things like that. They bring us around their 116 acres of farmland to show us all that it takes to look after everything. Of course, we see things go wrong, we see them fixed, we see them make tools for some of the things that they have to do. We see Jerry working in the shop. We see them in the kitchen making some delicious looking content as well. So homesteading for the most part, and I group a lot of things like ranching and farming in that genre or category, but they've got shorts over here as well at 12,000 views on a few of them, one at 53,000, and then live streams on the channel where they are live every Monday. I missed their 41-year marriage anniversary stream, but I have that in my catch-up list. I haven't run it yet. They are live every Monday at 6:45 Eastern. We streamed at the same time last week. I wasn't expecting it a couple weeks ago, but I moved everything around. I don't think we're on Monday again for a week or two. Butler Family Farm, sometimes it's Jerry and Susan giving us a chance to get to know them, and sometimes they got a StreamYard panel full of guests. If they do head out for one of these large meetups where they've got up to 80 channels of creators and supporters, they will live stream from there as well. So we're pretty much always guaranteed to meet new friends when we visit Butler Family Farm, especially for a live stream. And then we'll have to see what happens with the Starlink system now. I don't know if they're going to have a competitor or not, but apparently they got this Starlink Mini, which is a little more reasonably affordable, depending on how you look at it. But considering it's mobile and that versatile, that might be something that some of us are going to have to think about, myself included, actually. And then Butler Family Farm. Hopefully everybody will connect with Jerry and Susan. And they had our Streambots position for a little while there. Jerry's taken that many times before. But they have been longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters here also. And they've been with us for what I think is at least 3 years, maybe getting closer to 4. And then, go with the Flow Farm. Rarely do people actually complain. I can't believe even one person leaves because the stream is not 4K. Let's just say, but people are willing to tolerate a little bit. You know, it's a magical time in the world. Things like live streaming didn't exist. You know, and then now it's becoming commonplace, and someday, probably in the next few years, by the time the cell phones get up to 6G or whatever they're gonna call the next thing, maybe we won't have to worry about these things anymore. And then Create and Relate is coming up as well. So thank you again, Butler Family Farm, for another Super Chat. They've done that countless times before. Create and Relate is coming up for the same reason. Actually, what we're going to do right now is take another break. We will go get a drink, give our voice a rest, and all that good stuff. And there you go, PK Adventure Travels. I was trying to think of who has it. They have one for the RV, and they also use it when they travel in the truck. $50 a month for 50 gigs, and then $1 a month per gig if you go over. We can do things to try to prevent going over as well. I promise you, I use my phone all the time. Like, I got a 9-to-5 job, and I can't use it during those hours. But the rest of the time, it is on. The computer's on, the phone's on, sometimes even a tablet's on. But what I do is I set the phone in low power mode, or low data mode. And then on YouTube, even when I'm watching in 144p all the time. And then only if I need to see detail in something do I punch it up to 720. And that's partly not to hammer the internet. Our plans in Canada have gotten a lot better. We don't have unlimited or anything like that, not truly. But like my cell phone plan now, I just downgraded my cell phones because I try to call them like every 6 months, 9 months to try to see what I can do about saving money. But when I last downgraded just a few weeks ago, the phone plan's got 100 gigs. Like, who's using that? you stream Netflix all day and night and you're still not going to use that. But these are just ideas. And then Create and Relate up on the screen. What we'll do, let's go for that break, and then we'll come back and talk about this channel. What I'm going to do is play another clip from our interview series. These creators are going to help us with something else. They all know what it's like to go through all the things we're going through. They've been friends of ours for years, and they've all long passed 10,000 subscribers.
So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know. Be there for the ones that are coming back, and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else. Or, you know, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. And I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. You know, somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
All right, and then we're going to take a break for 3.5 minutes and come right back. right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Create and Relate now. They dropped a super chat earlier, which I almost missed. I missed a little bit of what was going on in the chat there, and forgive me because today's been overwhelming, so I appreciate every moment everybody's spent here. The amazing the amazing Michael, we talked about that the other day. Thank you for being here. Forgive me for tripping over your name again. They'll be changing that in a couple weeks. And then when we look at what we've got coming up, so Bella's Whisper Farmstead and Crafty Witch 232 are coming up next. They had been promoted by Greenland Quilter Katie, who dropped a couple super chats, so we'll look at those channels. As well, Bedazzling Designs is going to be coming up, and then Relax with Mel dropped a super chat so that we would look at Jesse Journals and Unboxes, so that's coming up. Leonica dropped a super chat. I missed that one, so forgive me for that if Leonica's still here or listening. They've done that many times before. Pardon me, and then we'll get through all of those channels. I'll get back to spinning the wheel. I promised I was going to add a name to the wheel from the chat list. I'm going to do that right now. Let's see if Angie's Oddities is still here. I think they are. We'll get them onto the wheel right now. And that's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I've got a robot in the background that helps look after that. And Bedazzling Designs is still here, which is great. We'll be looking at their channel in a few minutes, and we still got a long way to go. We still got another hour and a half or so. So Create and Relate is going to bring us a lot of different creativity on their channel, and they talk about arts and crafts, do-it-yourself videos, everything in between. I've seen a lot of product reviews on this channel as well. Some are related to our YouTube channels and journeys and videos when we think about things like hard drives here, or they've got some lighting, they've got a Cricut machine to make merchandise with, they've got at least one camera here, some other camera accessories, and then they've got other ideas like this handheld sewing machine that could go along with that Cricut machine, and they've got a lot of art. Lately they've been doing a lot of creating, I've been seeing, and I believe they've gotten into some diamond painting as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,000 views, one at 1,400, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. Here's the diamond painting I was talking about. I caught them a couple of months ago for a couple live streams, and I just haven't been able to catch them again, but hopefully I will. I've got notification bells on for every single channel, and we noticed that Create and Relate is working on 600 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Thank you, Scrow's Nest, for letting me know that you're still here. I probably would have called out to everyone. If any of our members or moderators are still listening that haven't been seen yet, just please be active in the chat a little bit so that I can keep you on the wheel. I remove names once in a while for people I haven't seen in 20 or 30 minutes just to make room for more channels.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
So I'm glad you're letting us know about that. High Country Homestead. So that's a channel that's been making frequent appearances here lately. And for anybody thinking about live streaming that hasn't done it yet, not everybody gets overwhelmed or anxious or nervous or anything like that, but lots of people do. And one of the things we recommend is going live with other people a few times first if you want to on other StreamYard panels. There's lots of people who do open panels, or lots of people who would be willing to help if you wanted to do that. But even if not, if you're going to go live, one of the things that I just want to offer is anybody can reach out anytime about anything. First of all, I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. But the favor that I'll ask is that if you have something special coming up, a monetization celebration, your first ever live stream, a milestone like a birthday or anything like that, I will try to be there if I can, even if I'm at work and have to like sneak in or something. I will try to always make it. I know you can't sit there and message every person you want to come into your live streams and things like that, but I promise you I will try to be there if I can. So it's just an offer that I make. But if you're doing your first live stream, you want to let me know when it is in advance. I can make extra effort to make sure that I can be there for that. I'm happy to do it. I promise you, I know what it's like to do a live stream where nobody shows up or one person shows up. Things were different 8 years ago. Much slower grind towards the first 100 subscribers and everything. But I promise you, while I haven't seen it all, I've seen my share. Scarlet Emerald Whisperer, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then the amazing Michael's going to do a live in 25 minutes or so. Little Lego's going live after Tuber Chat. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And then when we look at Crafty Witch 232, you get an idea from some of the thumbnails here about the interesting things that they're making on their channel. Lots of pop culture references. And I'll get into what I've seen on the channel. I see they've got an interesting title for a video, How to Train Your Husband to Crochet, Part 1. That'll be interesting to see. And then this creator's got a lot of shorts videos. These are worth looking at pretty quickly because there's a mix here of a lot of creativity. I'll read from their about page in a second, but when we look at the shorts videos, you see lots of pop culture references. There's a mix here of 3D printing and crochet primarily. Most of what they make is meant to sell also, which is interesting to know. And then they stream almost every single day, creating a lot of this stuff. You have to forgive me, I know why I've been missing so many streams. My bedtime has become around 9 p.m. Eastern, which is what I believe the time that they usually start live streaming, or somewhere around there. But you can see they're usually on for many hours. But I'll try to catch you again. She's always got a vibrant community. This is Andy that we talk about in the chat. And she does a great job of keeping up with the chat while she's making all this stuff as well. So I'm glad you're doing something fun for this video right here. I'll be interested to see how that turns out. That is a premiere. Oh, and they've got that coming up tonight, actually. That's going to be right after Tuber Chat. And then Little Lego will be on live streaming after that. I'm assuming Crafty Witch 232 will be on as well. KMRP Kim Polton, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then let's think about, I said I was going to read from the about page. Crafty Witch 232, they craft all the things. They do cross stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, sewing, and obviously much more. So hopefully everybody will connect to this creator. One of the fastest growing channels in the Tuber Chat family that we've seen, and I believe the biggest reason why is because Crafty Witch 232, it's a combination. First of all, they're out supporting other people all the time. I run into them every day in somebody else's premiere live stream, usually more than once. They're here for almost every Tuber Chat live stream, and they live stream every day for hours, sometimes as much as I think they've done 7 hours, if not longer. So hopefully everybody will connect with Crafty Witch 232, see what I'm talking about. They're working on 2,800 subscribers now. I don't think they're promoting or anything like that. If they are, I'm unaware of it, but yeah, they are doing a lot of content. Oh, and then the amazing Michael. So, personally, I don't recommend making everybody a moderator. And Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for the super chat. That allows us to look at this channel today for Crafty Witch 232 and Belle's Whisper Farmstead. We looked at Greenland Quilter Katie earlier.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So, yeah, I've got an opinion on, I promise you I have an opinion on everything. But I'll bet you if everybody here just said to themselves, I wonder what Kevin would think about this, the host of Tuber Chat, right? I wonder, lots of people just call me Tuber Chat, but whatever that guy would think about the idea that you're going to have. The problem is, I'm not going to review things, and you'll rarely hear me say anything negative about content or creators because of what this is and what we're doing here. I'm not here to dash everybody's dreams. I'm not here to stomp on other people's content because, first of all, I have no right. I certainly don't know everything. I don't have channels with millions of subscribers and all that stuff either. I'm trying just like everybody else is. But I have been on for many years, and I've been in social media my whole life, or my whole adult life anyway. So the idea is just to try to help if I can, but that comes from what we all share together. So forgive my dancing around my speeches and everything. When we think about the different kinds of live streams that people are doing, I get why a lot of people do certain types of live streams so that they will gain subscribers, but a lot of what we're doing and the purpose behind it is going to depend on what we want out of YouTube, right? So do you want subscribers just for the sake of having them? Do you want views just for the sake of having them? Most people have some other goal, and the subscribers and the views are a means to an end. That could be a business that you're creating with your YouTube channel, or a business you have outside. Like Crafty Witch 232 is making things that they sell, but they're making content as well, and possibly building another stream of income as an idea. With Tuber Chat, obviously everybody can see this channel's doing well. I have a personal channel also. I've done a lot of work for a lot of people, getting paid to do that work. That's other streams of income regarding YouTube and everything else. So if it's monetization that you're after, right? Are people gonna super chat and get memberships on channels doing the kind of live streams you're thinking about doing? Or is it just going to be people coming in and out that don't actually care about each other and just want some subscribers and things like that? These are considerations, right? So you notice how careful I try to be about everything that I say, but these are ideas. And then forgive me, because Michael asked, how do you get to where you can do a super chat or receive a super chat? Anybody could do super chats, but not every region and area, like country, that stuff is available. And, it's obviously money. So here in Tuber Chat, I try not to solicit that stuff, even if it sounds like it. It's not necessary. Nobody has to super chat or be a member to get onto the wheel of the screen. I make sure every single stream we get some channels, even if it's only a couple, onto the screen without super chats or memberships. Because nobody has an unlimited budget either. I'd love to be out there super chatting and getting members on everybody's channel, but I can't do it either. So I do as much as I can, and that's it. And I'm sure we're all fine as long as everybody's doing as much as they can. When we think about the idea of moderators, though, because forgive me, that was the first question, I don't recommend adding everybody as a moderator. Here on the Tuber Chat channel, I had a moderator 5 years ago go rogue on us and went and started deleting everybody, just banning everyone. I didn't know what was going on until we started the next stream, and a bunch of people started sending messages that were saying, hey, I can't get in. And I'm like, oh, this is really weird. And then I was like, oh, let me look. Yeah, because a moderator was unhappy, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate because I promise you I'd helped that creator and not done anything to upset them. Not intentionally, for sure, but they just went off, and that was the end of that. And that can happen to anybody. If it can happen here, it can happen anywhere, I promise you. So that's an idea. And it's very possible for people to upset each other in chats that have nothing to do with the channel, nothing to do with the content, and then start timing each other out and banning and everything else. And people go a little bit overboard sometimes when it comes to the links. This channel, what we're doing here, proves to everyone that dropping links in the chat is unnecessary. I do it on my other channels. I do it on my personal channel. I do it on our copyright-free music channel. But here we don't, where it's most important, the way we connect, and everybody's doing just fine. So you see what I mean. Now, just because I do things or say that I like the idea of things doesn't mean it's right for everybody either. And I don't want to stomp on anybody else's opinions when it comes to, yeah, it's a better idea to have everybody be a moderator. I know lots of people agree with that. We've got a couple of creators, and what they do is they take everybody's wrench away after a stream or premiere, and then they give everybody a wrench again when they do the next premiere or live stream. I think that's a lot of work, but to each his own, whatever works for you, right? So these are just ideas. Oh, eligible for having a super chat button. You must have 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of public watch time. And those analytics can be measured within your YouTube studio. Tim Mitchell, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to get you onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a couple of super chats today. Forgive me, I didn't mean to miss Rambling with the Brooms. I know he dropped one earlier. He was live earlier today as well. And forgive me for not making that. Shaking his moneymaker, yes. Thank you for that, Scott. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I'm going to get his channel queued up and ready to go after Leonica. And yeah, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. We still got a few channels to go through, so I'm going to try to speed things up. But if anybody needs me to elaborate on anything I've mentioned, or if I lost my train of thought and skewed off in the middle of nowhere, just please steer me back the way I need to be. We'll continue any conversation anybody would like to have. And again, I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do. I don't want to tell anybody, you know, make it sound like I know everything. I certainly don't. I've been corrected many times in Tuber Chat. I just want to share my experience and the opinions so that we can mix them all together. M&T Living It, good to see you in the house. That's another longtime friend. I think they've been with us 4 or 5 years as well. And then Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen. So this is another channel that was included when Greenland Quilter Katie dropped a couple of super chats there. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter herself. Her channel brings homesteading tips, recipes, how-to videos, do-it-yourself, and a little bit of live streaming. This creator brings us homesteading content in the truest sense of the word, and they put a lot of thought and consideration into the planning and filming and producing of their videos. It's mostly Kristen on the channel with a little bit of help from Mike. I like to make jokes about how he shows up for the taste test after she does recipes, because she's done so many in the latest series of videos. And the interesting thing you'll notice about her recipes is that, first of all, they only feature a few ingredients. They're fairly easy to make, but they have said that the recipes have come out better than they expected, which is really cool, and they're budget friendly. Most of this channel is budget friendly with the ideas that they come up with, but like I said, the videos are very thorough. The planning and execution is very thorough. They've got shorts over here getting into 2200, 2700, 3800. Bella's Whisper Farmstead Kristen is another creator that I run into every day. I get to be on YouTube every day, just not all day, but every single day I will run into this creator somewhere supporting somebody in a premiere and live streams, and usually more than once a day. So I'd love for everybody to get some of that support coming back to you. I hope you'll connect with her. She's working on 3,700 subscribers now. I mentioned the idea of live streams. It's been a long while, but she has done live streams where she gives us stories to be told, or keeps up with the chat while she gives us a walk by the water or a fireside chat. So we'll see if she's going to continue those. Either way, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then Prairie Prospecting. I'm not sure what you mean about can members see other people's channels, but here in Tuber Chat, everybody should be able to see everybody. The only reason you wouldn't be able to is if somebody had beef with somebody else, let's just say, they might block them and then not be able to see. You don't have to see what they say, and then they hopefully don't see what you say. But most people, if not lots have second accounts and fake accounts and everything. So if somebody feels like they're blocked, they'll just come in with another channel and like look and see, and then they'll be like, oh, that person blocked me. You know, whatever. It's a bit much, but that's the world we live in, right? Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships again, and I hope you like my impression of the trolling kind of mentality there, or voice that I think goes along with it. Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships. I know the recipients will be happy to have those. Rachel Loha might still be here, as a matter of fact. But for any of those members, I'll put them on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel I added earlier. That's Rob, another fellow Canadian. And then oh, I see what you mean. Yes, forgive me. Thank you, Jesse. Journals and Unboxes. With moderator wrenches, people are able to click on each other's channels and do a thing called go to channel. So you can just go there without searching, finding, and clicking. But there's a couple reasons why we don't add everybody with wrenches here. First of all, it would be far too overwhelming for me, as you can imagine. But secondly, you can see the benefit that this channel gives to things like memberships, where our gold members have their link drops every 30 minutes automatically. Other than that, we almost never do them. And that's a nice thing to say. Thank you, Rachel Loha. I'm glad to see like that it's right, that, you know, people appreciate the benefits that come from super chats when other people gift them and this and that. I've said it a million times. Nobody has an unlimited budget. Not everybody can do super chats and memberships and things like that for a multitude of reasons. It's not always financial, but it is sometimes. I would love to be able to contribute to everybody's channel in that way. I think that's unreasonable for anybody. But as long as everybody's doing as much as we can, everybody's fine. Go with the Flow Farm. Forgive me, because I know you said you have a question. How can you delete a playlist title completely? So if you had a playlist, and let's just do one right now. Let's say I'm going to make a playlist. I'm going to go to Bell's Whisper Farmstead Kristen's latest video. I'm going to say save to playlist. I'm going to make a new playlist. I'm going to make it public. Not that it matters, but I'm going to say Kristen. And I'm going to put it, I'm going to create that playlist. Now, if we were to go to the Tuber Chat channel and look under playlists, hopefully it's already there. There it is. There's the playlist. So I go to view full playlist, right? So sometimes I do this for creators. If I know that I've missed a lot of videos and I want to go catch them, or if there's videos specifically that I want to see, like I talk about PK Adventure Travels and his news series, I might do that with. When I don't need it anymore, then let's learn together here. I'll click on the three dots on the right hand side. Of course, I'm on a computer. I don't know if it's as easy on a phone, but I can just go delete playlist. And if I want to, I can delete the playlist. If you're talking about the title, you can just find a way to edit it. There'll be like this pen icon, let's say, and then we can call this playlist, you know, Kristen's playlist. You know, or something else. We can call it anything that we want. Let's just say save the changes if we want. So that's just an idea, but I don't know if that answers the question, but that is a very simple way to either create a playlist or delete a playlist. And then thank you again, Greenland Quilter Katie, for those super chats so we can look at those channels. Next up, for the same reason, is Bedazzling Designs.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Exploradora 80, good to see you in the house from Australia. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is never too far behind Tim Mitchell. they've actually got a story on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official to give us the origins of the combination of those two creators right there. Bedazzling Designs is a brand new channel here in the Tuber Chat family. Thank you for the super chat, because I really do appreciate the extra generous support. It's absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take this 13-minute video and I'm going to put that in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxings is coming up. Relax with Mel dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
Oh, yeah, so I've got a small list of channels coming up. Rambling with the Brooms is up right before Tim Mitchell, who's coming after Leonica and Relax with Mel. Whenever Super Chats and membership gifts happen, I try to put them in order. I'm sure I make mistakes a lot of the time, but I've had quite a list for a while, and I've been talking a little bit more than usual as well, so it's been a bit of a delay. But Relax with Mel's done this kind of thing countless times before. We'll look at their channel in a moment. Then Leonica will come up, and Rambling with the Brooms will follow, and then we'll see Tim Mitchell. And I'll try to speed things up too, by the way. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes dropped a video earlier today, and this creator does journaling and unboxing along with collages more often than anything else lately. But over the years, this channel has evolved, and this creator has unboxed just about everything that can be unboxed. She does bath and beauty products, snacks, stationery, jewelry, all kinds of stuff, including today, where she did some washi tape, which I just learned the name. She's probably talked about it a million times before, but I didn't catch it, because today was what she called a mega unboxing, 3 different unboxings in one video, and she gives us a discount code in case we want some of this stuff for anybody that does journaling or makes collages or other crafting ideas as well. I'm sure this could be useful for. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes drops videos every Thursday at Scott's making me laugh in the background here. Every Thursday, or pardon me, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Today's Sunday. I just watched her premiere earlier, finally. I set an alarm for that too. Some of us who have schedules, like for channels that are scheduled, some of us set alarms on our phones for that. But Jesse Journals and Unboxes is the newest member of our moderator squad too. She's been with us 5 years, and she is somebody whose support for all of us has increased over the years, if you can believe that. Now, she posts every single week 1 video as a minimum, sometimes more often. And when we look at the shorts videos here, we see what I was talking about. She features a lot of the things that have been unboxed. So bath and beauty products, jewelry, stationery, snacks are over here, other crafting supplies. And in her video, she shows us the things that she makes and collaborates with others with, as a matter of fact. Sometimes she does Happy Meal videos and things like that as well. Live streams are occasional here. She can go live whenever she wants, and this is the kind of creator who's going to have a flood of support coming in for her because she gives so much support to others. She's another creator I run into constantly when I'm out bouncing in between premieres and live streams supporting others. And Relax with Mel will vouch for that right now. They literally dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel because Jesse's been so supportive to Relax with Mel. Now, Relax with Mel might struggle in the search results for a short period because they just changed their name. But I expect after a couple of weeks that will start to settle down again, especially because this channel is so active. Finding Treasures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They've got a membership, so I'm going to put them on the wheel right away. And we'll get around to spinning pretty soon. But I've got a few more channels to go through here, and we'll try to make it quick. So Relax with Mel is going to bring us music, mindful flow, and crafts. This creator recently updated their banner. This creator's got a lot of videos on the channel, essentially living her best life over 50. This creator's now at 1,800 subscribers, which is great. They're live streaming, I think, daily now. I'm just going to grab one of the latest videos here. I'm going to put this in the catch-up list. That's a playlist I used to keep caught up with creators. I love the thumbnail. Stop the timeout madness. Yes, I agree. Make your chat safe without losing viewers with Nightbot. That's a great idea. I've been meaning to do a video like that for years, but I bark up that tree and never bother climbing it. So I'm glad to see other creators making videos to help each other. The other thing too about making videos where we're either doing exactly the same content, like I'm gonna do a tutorial one of these days probably. I say probably because I don't like to break promises, but I'm hoping to make a video about Nightbot and the things I think will help everybody, but it will be just like this and like a couple other creators have made. The best part about that though is YouTube gives us the chance, obviously, to watch more than one video. But if you are, this goes for everybody, like me at all, when you go to YouTube yourself to watch a video to learn how to do something, which I do all the time, even outside the Tuber Chat family and everything, I always watch 3 different videos of the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's changing a shower head, changing windshield wipers on the car, learning how to do something with Canva, anything at all. I usually watch 3 different videos because I want to see what somebody missed that somebody else picked up on, or different aspects or opinions, right? So that's great. But Relax with Mel has a video here that can help us with Nightbot. It's probably focused around the idea that I talk about, where when you set up Nightbot, my recommendation, I did it here in Tuber Chat the other day, is a very quick and clunky tutorial, but you can go into Nightbot and go to the spam settings. You'll find them pretty easily, and turn everything off. And then as you learn what they are, turn them on one at a time. That's my recommendation, because too many times we go into premieres and live streams and we see Nightbot timing people out just because they put a couple of emojis in the chat and things like that. It takes so much work for us to get people to come to our channels. What a shame to lose them just because they felt unwelcome or Nightbot timed them out. We have to remember, we all started at 0. I didn't know that Nightbot was a chatbot. I didn't even know what a chatbot was when I first heard about it in some of the live streams. I've been on YouTube for probably a couple of years before I realized what that was. I never used to like live streams. And I got timed out by Nightbot my share of times, I promise you. And then Relax with Mel is bringing us relaxing content, pleasing audio, pleasing visuals to go along with that. And hopefully everybody will connect with her. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then thank you again, Relax with Mel, for that super chat. I know Jesse will appreciate that. And we're happy to look at your channel as well. And then Leonica is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. Yeah, weather's been something I've always struggled with, little Lego. So I find that Nightbot works best with weather when you use zip code. But I'm in Canada, and it doesn't work the same way because we have our postal codes are like the UK. We use letters and numbers together. But in the States, that can help. And sometimes it can pick up on major cities. So if you say like weather New York, it will basically be able to pick that up. Or Weather Chicago, it will pick it up. But if you're looking for Springfield, how's it going to know? There's like 100 Springfields, right? And so zip codes seem to work well, but it's been spotty ever since I've started. Too many times I'll do a live stream and I'll get an error in the chat that keeps coming up that makes people wonder what on earth you're doing when you can't get Nightbot to work properly, right? So I just cut the thing off. Leonica is up on the screen right now. This creator dropped a super chat as well. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away when those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel as we always do, and I'll try to speed things up. Lester Crochet is here now, and Trish the Natural is back in the chat as well. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. I think I still got Sir Dave for Jesus. That's Handicapped Traveler. And when we look at what Leonica is doing, it's really random content over here. She's willing to do just about anything, but conversation, food, more a mix of inspiration, entertainment, fun. This creator does a ton of live streaming, actually. So I'm going to grab one of their latest videos. Keep in mind, when we're connecting with creators, we're always looking for videos that are longer than 3 minutes. This one here, a delicious fruit bowl, is perfect to connect with. I'm going to take that video today and put it in my catch-up list, even though I've already connected with this creator. Sometimes we run into a channel with only short videos or shorter than 3 minutes. That's okay. It's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect. We just keep doing things the way we've been doing for the last 5 years, just because we know that it works. You see, when I put channels on the screen, if they've been here before, they're subscribed. My subscriptions always stick. So Leonica is working on 2,500 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit closer to that milestone. They got some shorts over here at 500, 600 on the way to 700 views, and one at 1,900, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. And she's live frequently, not quite every day, but pretty close to it. So hopefully everybody will connect with her, and maybe you'll catch one of those. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And then Scott's going to love what I'm going to do. We're going to go for a break, and then we're going to come back. Rambling with the Brooms is up next. And then Tim Mitchell will be right after that, and Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. And then Little Lego. I don't want to promise you for today, because I am way behind. Today is like a record day. We've got more channels than not maybe ever before, but pretty close to it. But I will get through as many as I can. And then one more super chat. Thank you, Greenland Quilter Katie. You don't have to do so much. I really do appreciate it. But so thank you for that. But Crystal Dragon, House of Creations Rita will come up right after Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. You can tell that these creators have been so supportive to each other because of this kind of activity. Rachel Aloha did in fact pick up that gifted membership, so I've got them on the wheel as well. And I'll move it as fast as I can. So we'll make this a really short break. We'll come back in 3.5 minutes, and then we're going to look at Rambling with the Brooms. right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Rambling with the Brooms. That's Scott, another fellow Canadian who's a beloved and dedicated moderator here, somebody I've met up with a couple times as well. And he lives closer to our nation's capital, but this creator has what I would consider a homesteading channel because of the content that he brings us. He brings us a lot of outdoor content. He's got an interesting property. He actually makes Canadian maple syrup, if you can believe that. I've caught him while he's live streamed from the Sugar Shack, and that's really interesting to see and learn about. Rambling with the Brooms is an incredibly generous creator as well. He's always been an advocate for helping others grow, especially when he finds a channel under 100 subscribers. So you'll meet more friends when you're with him. He heads out for a lot of different meetups with other creators, including the cruise that they're going on. I think it's next week. I forget what the date is that they're leaving on. He's got a project here called Cruisin' Alaska 25. If I dig through the channel far enough, I'll find the thumbnail. There it is. There's lots of information sprinkled throughout his videos and dedicated live streams as well. It's a collaboration he's got with Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, where they're going from Seattle to Alaska and for a week, and it's been a long time coming. We've been waiting 1.5 years for this. They're hoping to have booked 100 rooms of creators and supporters. I wish to the dear Lord that I could have made it, but I didn't say much about it because I was unsure, but I won't be able to do anything like that for many months. I took a new full-time job not too long ago, and vacation time won't start until next May or June. But maybe next year if you're going to do the same thing again. But I'm looking forward to the content these creators are going to bring out. Rambling with the Brooms has a second travel channel. I'll show that to you in a minute. He's got lots of shorts over here at 3,000, almost 4,000, and almost 8,000 views, featuring some Canadian winter weather there, and then some live streams. Now this creator's got lots of live stream panels on. He was live earlier today. I missed that one, but he's going to go live again soon. And he's making some stuff to be taken on to the cruise with him. So spoiler alert for anybody that's going to make it there. As well, he's got a second travel channel, Travel Escapes with the Brooms. And this creator, like I said, has a second travel channel. There's just a few videos and shorts here to get the channel started, but I imagine that Scott's going to be filming as much as anybody when he goes on that cruise, and he'll bring us some content probably on both channels, but that'll be enough to get this channel really moving. And then Rambling with the Brooms, thank you for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. He's done that countless times before, and like I said, he's a beloved and dedicated moderator. He's been with us at least 3 years, if not getting closer to 4 by now as well. And then oh, that's unfortunate, Greenland Quilter Katie. Yeah, I hope that that kind of behavior settles down if that's the case. You know, one of the things, this is just without knowing exactly what you're talking about, forgive me, and I won't get into a long speech, but one of the things I find really unfortunate is the idea that a lot of people now are so focused on Instagram and TikTok, and it's not just young people either. That a lot of people are doing things just for views, not realizing that the reward is nowhere near the worth of the risk, let's just say, and some of the silly things that people are doing. Not to mention, I was lucky because I've been on YouTube I've been on social media my whole adult life since I was 15, 16, or 17 years, whatever it was. I was into computers before that, but I understood right away that the internet is written in ink. You can't take it back. Everything everybody catches you doing in the world now, and everybody's trigger happy with their phones, is going to be with you forever. And I don't want to get too political, but things like social credit score, it has nothing to do with the government and everything else. Everybody's going to do it to ourselves. You're not going to be able to do anything wrong because everybody else is going to be ready to ruin your life just for a few TikTok views, you know, and things like that. So I think people are doing things right now so that they can get social media views and, you know, things like that, even though it barely pays when you do things like that. But it's just a thought. Hopefully that behavior calms down, though, when people start to see that that's not as helpful as they thought it was going to be. Oh, post pics of children? Yeah, hopefully that'll get stopped at some point. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, Blester Crochet sent over something for me to look at. Forgive me, I haven't made a moment to look at that. But it talks about the analytics basically in YouTube, if I understand right. And we always have to take any information with a grain of salt, right? So whenever I see anything, it doesn't matter who writes it. The first question I ask is that real? The second question I ask is, what is the goal of the person who wrote this? Or the people behind it? Because if it's from a news organization or a journalist, there's money behind it of some sort. What do they want me to believe about this? Then I try to be objective while I read. Building a community, not an audience. So that makes sense, Blester Crochet. And it's part of probably bringing people into your world. If you want to see the best example that I can ever think of a company that's been able to bring people into their world, it's Grand Theft Auto as a video game. When you play that game, I know not everybody here plays video games, and some of you might even be rolling your eyes when I say that, but I promise you, if you see it, you're going to understand. They take things that are out of the real world, but they rename them in funny ways. Like, I mean, some of it's over the edge, but I love the game. It's the only game that matters to me, but I've played it a million times. But they really do a great job of bringing you into their world. And what happens is when you're playing, you can almost forget what's going on in the rest of life and the universe and everything else. We have movie theaters here, and their motto, their theme, the words are "escape with us." So you're basically, like, they're encouraging you to escape from your own life to go and get wrapped up in a movie for 2 hours, you know, or whatever it's going to be. So it makes sense. But if you look up a few things, there's a influencer I follow. His name is Seth Godin, S-E-T-H. If you just search Seth on Google, he comes up right away. He talks masterfully about building community, like a tribe of true believers, your 1,000 true fans. And this is the kind of thing that can help, you know, an audience become out of the community that starts it, let's just say, if that makes any sense. Yeah, that's unfortunate, Just Jason Keto. I love the idea of cruises. I haven't been on a cruise ship in whatever it is, 20 years or 30 years or whatever now. But I did have the chance to be there once, and it was awesome. So, we'll see. YouTube commissioned the study, maybe? Yeah, I'll have to read it, so forgive me, because I haven't been through it yet, and I'm just, you know, kind of talking about it without having read it. But, yeah, lots of people... there's influencers out there who are credible, who I believe actually care about people, that talk about how not just in YouTube, but in anything we're going to do, we can build true community, you know, true believers. You wonder why some of these things are so big, like these video games, for instance, or like Pokemon, or a lot of the brands that are out there. Some of the biggest brands like Lego, like Tesla, like Apple, like Nike. You know, why are their following so dedicated? And a lot of it comes down to a sense of community. Oh, that's interesting, Blester Crochet. Yeah, there's people who make fortunes just doing courses on telling people how to do storytelling. Tim Schmoyer, who some of you may know, is a big YouTuber. He runs the channel Video Creators. I've been following him since the beginning. I haven't watched much of that stuff lately, but because it starts to get repetitive to me, except for the new changes and things. But these creators like Sean Cannell and Roberto Blake and Nick Nimmin and Vanessa Lau and Sonny Lenarduzzi and these guys, I got a list of about 10. Daryl Eves, of course, the godfather of YouTube and everything. But these creators will talk about storytelling. And Tim Schmoyer, I remember, he went to a storytelling seminar and then did a video right away from his car in the parking lot so he wouldn't forget anything. But that's, luckily I had heard and read and learned a lot about that stuff, and that's why Tuber Chat has become what it is. I could have been wrong, but you notice how much I focus on the word friendship or the word family, and the idea of giving the way a true community might do, right? Love thy neighbor, and, things like people do for each other if they're truly salt of the earth people and things like that. My bet was that it doesn't have to be everybody. We don't need all 50 million YouTube creators. We just need the 0.1% that truly care about other people, and we'll be just fine. And that seems to be it. Yes, absolutely. Rachel Loha. I was lucky enough to talk to Lou from Two Pineapples in the interview series, and he talks about that. And luckily, I've built a great friendship with him. We've talked many times about that kind of thing. For a lot of people, you'll have just as much fun in a live stream when there's only 3 or 4 people in the chat as you will when there's 30 or 40 people in the chat, because one is very exciting, but the other one, you really get to know a few people, right? And then interaction with live streams helps and everything else. So, forgive me, because again, I'm talking about things I haven't read yet, but I have an idea of what you mean when you describe it. And Blester Crochet, thanks for sending that over. As the host of Tuber Chat, I'm very lucky because people find things like this and send them over to me. It's not all good. The negative I get to hear about too, but at least we have something to reference. And there you go, yeah. Just Jason Keto definitely wants to help people. And then Wago Howard, Hannah Ho, good to see you back in the house. And then 1 or 2, yep, Little Lego, I know what it's like, I promise you. I've done a premiere and had nobody show up. I've done live streams where 1 or 2 people have been there. I've done live streams where the internet's been so bad almost everybody gives up on you, and you can't blame them. But a couple people will just tough it out, and you appreciate that much more as well. P&J's Homestead Adventure, good to see you in the house. Pardon me, Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is still in the house. And I'm going to get them onto the wheel. I'm going to have to move it now because we are way, way late. We are going to go overtime. And I try to keep that to a minimum because I think about the moderators as well. So let's get moving. Ann Philbeck, good to see you in the house. Yes, let's be the light. Absolutely. If we're using our powers for good, then hopefully good is what comes from that. Tim Mitchell, good to see you in the house. This is a creator who's here with us for just about every single stream, an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Their channel's going to be featured next week. I've got the next few live streams set up so everybody can look at the times and plan if you need to. Tim Mitchell is actually the producer of a couple of other channels, and I'll show those to you in a moment, but he started to make his own content here. So he's got a few videos to get started with, a few more shorts that are already doing well at 1,100, 1,500, another one at 1,000 here, 1,800 over here. They're still moving. They're all out of order because they're still getting views, and the analytics haven't settled yet. And then they've got live streams as well. So they're live pretty frequently, actually. I haven't been able to catch these. I'm assuming it's because they're happening during the day. This one was, I thought you said you were going to be live on Saturday, but I might have been mistaken about that. And this one, yeah, 5 days ago would have had you in the week. I must have missed that. Hopefully I'll catch another one. I got the notification bell on for every single channel, of course. And then Cooking with the Munchu Mafia Official. If you want to know why these channels are connected, they actually did a video on this channel, I'll show you in a second here, about the history between Chef CV and Tim Mitchell, and there it is right there. I enjoyed watching that. And then this is a channel where Chef CV is going to bring us into the kitchen, usually to make delicious looking content, a lot of dishes that I wouldn't consider traditional, but they also help us navigate the kitchen with the appliances and cookware and things we're going to use. They've got a glorious Wheel of Misfortune in real life in the background there, and I've seen that thing in action, as a matter of fact, in a live stream. They got shorts over here. These have gotten into 1,300 and another one at 1,200 here. These are still moving. They're out of order as well because they're moving and shaking over there. They got live streams over here as well. And then a super cursed unbirthday extravaganza. So they just live streamed on this channel, and forgive me because I crashed right into them today. We move our times around, so I won't be on Sunday again for another 2 weeks at least. That's the plan, and I've already got the next 2 weeks scheduled out. But they're going to go live on their other channel. I'm going to show that to you right now. The unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel. And I think we'll see what time they're starting, actually. They've got more videos. This is a complimentary channel. Now, Tim Mitchell produces the videos here, but this is Chef CV again. Complimentary content. We get a better look at the life of the creator behind the channel. One of these shorts has gotten into 1,000 views as well. Another one at 1,200, which is great to see. And then live streams over here. So they're going to go live tonight. And then I'm assuming it's right after Tuberchat. I'm assuming they're going on in half an hour, but I could be mistaken. Top of the hour, yes. They're going to go live at 9 o'clock. So we'll keep that in mind. Fresh content right after Tuberchat. As a matter of fact, we'll raid in there. I'm going to be overtime, but we'll start trickling in as soon as you go live. 88 subscribers right now. We'd love to push that channel towards its first 100. And Tim Mitchell, thank you again for the gifted memberships. He's done that countless times before, and I know all the recipients will be happy to have it, but I certainly appreciate it as well.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then my pleasure, Tim Mitchell. Forgive me for, everybody. I know everybody here is patient and understanding and everything. When I race through things, when I forget to thank people, when I run through descriptions of channels and forget half the things I usually mean to say, it's only because we're so busy, overwhelmed, and I'm trying to get to as many channels as we can. I'm sure everybody understands that, but I don't mean to miss a lot of the things that I probably do, and then I think about it after. Cruising on the High Season Travel is Rob. This is a creator that collaborates with all kinds of people. You're going to recognize him right away when you see other people's thumbnails, especially in live streams. He was actually on a panel with me and a few other people, hosted by Jeremy and Cheryl and Scotty J Travels a few weeks ago. He's doing a lot of food reviews right now. These are in between his travel videos, so he'll bring us travel and cruising when he can. Shorts on his channel have gotten into 1,800, 2,400 views and beyond, and then live streams on the channel as well. So like I mentioned, this is the one. See, I get to be in the role over there. That's just coincidence. But we had a great time talking, and I was looking forward to doing something like that. I'm thinking about hosting open panels on my personal channel just because of that. I miss the days in the beginning of Tuberchat where some of us used to get together, usually on other people's channels, and I'd just hop in, but I always enjoy that kind of conversation. Cruising on the High Season Travel will bring us live streams regularly, and like I said, he collaborates with all kinds of different people, so you'll make new friends when you visit Rob. He's only a few hours away from me, so I'm assuming someday very soon we'll end up having a real life meetup. I know Jason's up for that anytime. Scott's coming in January again. It's a long way from now, but we all know that time flies, so maybe it'll be sooner than we think. 1,600 subscribers is the next milestone for Cruising on the High Season Travel, and thank you again for another super chat, Rob. Absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. And another super chat was dropped here. Greenland Quilter Katie did a few of these today. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but they wanted to make sure we got a chance to look at another great supporter, which is Crystal Dragon House of Creations Rita, and I've enjoyed my time on this channel. She's going to talk about quilting and patterns and materials and a lot of things that I might find not traditional. And keep in mind, of course, I've not done any quilting. I've done the tiniest amount of sewing. I could probably do a really bad hack job on my jeans if I needed to make them last or something like that. Certainly no expert, but when it comes to the idea of quilting, I learned from our friends like Mona Did What that we saw earlier today, Greenland Quilter Katie, and a few others. But Crystal Dragon House of Creations talks about patterns in a different way and shows us that some of the non-traditional patterns that are out there, not just triangles and squares all the time, can be vibrant, colorful, and actually dynamic, if we want to use that word again. So this creator's got shorts featuring a little more random content, 500, 800, even 1100 views on these, and then live streams on the channel as well. It's been a few months since she's done one, but hopefully we'll catch her for another one if she's going to continue those. We got notification bells on for every single channel, and we'd love to push her towards the 200 subscribers we know that she's thinking about. Oh, and then Ann Philbick is a quilter as well. Let's think about... I think it's time to spin the wheel now. So thank you for the super chats again, Greenland Quilter Katie. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. She did it a handful of times just today, and she's done it many times before that. And then Finding Treasures is a channel we might be looking at for the first time. We'll have to see.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
So it's obviously going to be a popular name for a channel. I'm hoping that Finding Treasures is still here. I'm going to try to match their avatar and get the right one. Is that the right one? Oh, here it is. The first one that's coming up for me when I go to channels. We can manipulate the YouTube search results a little bit by clicking on filters. You could do that on the computer or on a phone, where we can let them know that we're looking for channels specifically, not just the typical search results. So then channels come up. This is Finding Treasure. So another brand new creator here in the Tuber Chat family. And I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your 14-minute videos here. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you your thumbs up, and I will subscribe and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Timmy, the racing channel's in the house. Good to see you here. Just Chasing Keto is up. This creator, I didn't actually watch this video. I ran it today, so I'm going to put this video, I know it's still in my catch-up list, but I'm actually going to move it into my watch later list now so that I make sure I see that, because French toast is probably my favorite thing for breakfast. Like, I love breakfast. I talk about pizza way too much on this channel, but breakfast is something I'm up for all the time. Any time of the day as well. And, you know, traditionally bacon and eggs and things like that. But French toast is usually what I go for if I'm out at a restaurant or something like that. So I'll be interested to see this. And I don't know why I didn't think of it myself before. But Just Chasing Keto's done a ton of recipes when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. He can help us understand ingredients. And that's combined with his product reviews as well. We see a lot of things that are marketed towards a keto-based diet and lifestyle. He can help us understand. But he's done probably 100 chaffle recipes alone and tons of other recipes as well. But French toast chaffles would be the first one I'd make if I got myself a couple of Dash Minis as well. I consider it. I still haven't done it yet because I tend to be lazy and not enjoy my time in the kitchen. But when we look at his channel, we also see a lot of other product reviews, like an air fryer here, the Dash Minis that I talk about. Those are the chaffle makers, his barbecue. He's done a recap on, because that tends to be almost like evergreen content for him, picking up every summer season. And it's great that we look at the analytics to understand that kind of thing. Now, Just Jason Keto cares very much about the YouTube journey, but those of us in the Tuber Chat family and his community as well, the goal of his channel is literally just to help. You know, he always says, if I could help just one person, it would be worth it, but we know he's helping a lot more than that. And especially when it comes to YouTube, because he's always engaging conversation here in the Tuber Chat streams, sharing experience, knowledge, opinions as well. And then once in a while, he brings us something a little different, like a visit to Niagara Falls, or I forget where else he went here. Kentucky, closer to Michael's adventures there. And then he's got a lot of guests on the channel as well. They share their life experiences, their tips and tricks and trials and tribulations when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle, and that can be in videos or live streams. He's got lots of shorts over here that have done well. A bit of a hint here with healthy looking or grilling shorts, 4, 5, and 6,000 views. One at 22,000. That one I've seen, and I promise you it's entertaining if you want to watch that as well. Live streams, so guests, Kedra's been on there a few times. He's got other familiar faces. Anita's been on there a couple of times. He's got a few other guests, but he also likes to mix things up. Sometimes it's Jason giving us some Q&A and a chance to get to know him and talking keto. Sometimes he does a cook-along live stream, even with a multi-camera setup. He's always thinking about what he can do for his audience, and once in a while he'll do something really different, like this homestead hangout where we got to see Bat and Mouse for the first time, or I did. And then Just Jason Keto's climbing fast, working on 6,200 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then I'll spin the wheel.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then 3 Cheese and Me is coming up. This is another creator who's been friends with us for many years, but they've actually started another channel here. And they are live streaming just about every day. They got quite a few videos here and a lot of furry friends, as you can imagine. But when we look at shorts on this channel, we see that these have really started to move. They've got 26,000, 31,000, another at 15,000. Some of these are still moving. One of them at 1.6 million views, which is great to see. So that's likely pushing the channel a little bit. They are working on 2,700 subscribers now. They're live just about every single day. They tend to do a lot of loops and things like that, but they give everybody a chance to connect. They'll allow and encourage people to connect in a similar way to what we do here. And we see that they're live literally multiple times a day by the look of it. So hopefully everybody will connect with 3 Cheese and Me. And Twitch Andrea did 1 live stream so far, which is great. Little Lego's going to set up for their live stream. They've got one coming up right after Tuber Chat as well. So there's quite a bit of content tonight. Little Lego's going live. Crafty Witch 232 is going dropping a premiere right after Tuber Chat, or at 9 o'clock in 20 minutes, and then there might be going live after. And then the unofficial official off-topic squirrel is also going live. We're probably going to raid there.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And there you go, Tim Mitchell's doing the same thing. Kristen Walton has been experimenting with cooking videos, so spoiler alert there, but she might have some coming up. We'll see. She enjoys her time in the kitchen, and she can make anything fantastic. I eat like a king around here, to be honest with you. I think that Maritza's Yarn and Crafts is here. It's good to see you in the house. I know a few creators are getting ready to set up their live streams and things like that. Lots of content on Sundays, of course. And then we've got the rest of our live streams for the next week or week and a half set up now on the front page, so everybody can gauge or plan what time they're going to be. Saturday's a little bit earlier than what we've been doing lately. We're on Wednesday again, then Saturday, and then every 3 days after that. That's the plan. I'll only move them if I have to. Ann Philbick is up on the screen right now, and this creator's working on the first 100 subscribers, so we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They've got quite a bit of gardening here with herbs, vegetables. They're going to talk about growing season, greenhouses, tomatoes, and container gardening. And then I see they've got a few muscle cars in the background, if I'm right about that. Shorts on this channel feature a little bit of quilting, because they mentioned they're a quilter as well, which is great to see. And oh, this is an interesting, a classic Cobra Roadster. We have a cell phone store in Toronto, Canada, or around here. I think it's called Wireless Wave. And what they were doing is they were taking the hoods of these cars and kind of making, I guess, their counter out of it or something, and having that in all their stores. It was interesting to see. I didn't know that. I don't know cars as well as a lot of people do. I appreciate them as much as anybody, but I don't know all the makes and models and things like that. We have a lot of classic cars in Niagara Falls. I'm grateful for that. There's a huge community of creators or people, influencers and things that get together with their classic cars. 1600, 1300, 1400, lots of videos doing really well on the shorts page here as well. So hopefully we can push Ann Philbick a little bit farther towards their first 100. We know it's an important and exciting milestone in everybody's YouTube journey. And then we'll spin the wheel. So I'm going to give my voice a rest for a minute. We're obviously going over time. What we'll do, we'll keep this to a minimum. But I'm going to play a clip from Two Pineapples. And this is one of the creators now in our series of videos that talks about how to get 10,000 subscribers.
One of the things that comes along with monetization on YouTube that used to require 30,000 subscribers is memberships, and that's open to everybody that gets monetized after 500 subscribers now, or just about everybody. So one of the things that creators will ask is, how can they increase the number of memberships over time on their channel? What advice would you give to somebody to increase the number of members and watch that grow, if that's something that's on their mind?
Yo, you better get your pencil out for this one. I take this part very seriously in my membership. Our membership is $1.99. It's low. Okay. And I did that intentionally. I don't have any other tiers. I have one tier. It's $1.99. It's the fun zone, basically. We have, I don't know, 24 emojis available, and everybody gets a new banner or a new badge. And it's creative and it's evolving all the time. I change those out consistently. Sometimes during the holidays is a good example. I changed out almost every single one of those emojis for members. I must have picked up, and I think we're right around 600 members. I think we probably picked up an extra 100 because once Halloween came, everything changed throughout the entire holiday season. We're about to hit Easter, and I'm doing it again. So showing your members that you're changing, people love new things. They love it when it's new. And that's a simple thing that you can do. It's all free, whether you use Pexels or you use an AI generator, Midjourney. You can create all that so fast and so easy. It probably takes me to do, I see 24 up there. So I think it takes me maybe 2 hours to do every single one of those.
Right.
Yeah. And now you have a fresh palette all the way around.
That's a wonderful idea, so much so I'm holding myself back from laughing because I expect to take a page out of your book and probably do that on at least the Superchat channel. So thank you for that.
In encouraging everybody to join your membership program, or not so much encouraging, reminding them that you have a membership program. And as soon as you do that, everybody in your channel that's a member will start dropping those special emojis. Now, I tweak it a little bit too because I have the floating emotes. When we are in a non-emergency or eruptive time where we can take a breath and it's a little bit more relaxed, I have some pages, my live streams. When you do the emojis, they float all over the screen for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see at a large customized emoji that you can only get by being a member, $1.99 is not too far off. People love it.
Wow, that's gold. Thank you for this.
Okay, we're going to take a break for 3.5 minutes and then we'll come right back. Alright, we're just about back. We're looking at Scrow's Nest. They've got one of my favorite taglines for a YouTube channel. It says, spending our children's inheritance one cruise at a time. And they've been friends of ours now for years. I think it's been 3 years. And Scrow's Nest is going to bring us travel from a certain perspective. It literally says tips. Pardon me, on cruising and traveling with a mobility scooter. So we get an idea of travel-based content, and it's interesting too because they'll take us through rooms and things like that that are not necessarily accessible, but show us what we can do if accessibility is an issue. So Scrow's Nest posts videos fairly frequently, as you can see, and then they've got some shorts on their channel also. These have gotten into 5,900, 6,300 views, which is great to see. And hopefully everybody will connect with Squirrel's Nest. They're a longtime, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and I'm pretty sure it was them that posted a joke on Facebook that I thought was funny today. Hopefully everybody will connect with them. They're working on 1,600 subscribers, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them then, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I should have cleaned up the wheel a little bit. You know, it's funny, Palazzo Place, I haven't had as much pizza lately as I like to talk about, but today I literally couldn't take it anymore because I've been thinking about it too much. And I was out with some people yesterday, and a couple of them had pizza, I didn't, and I think that just got to me too much. So usually what I end up doing, as much as I should eat less of that, is I will get a pizza, but I'll get like too much, and then I'll save it for like other days of the week. Like now I got a full-time job. I try to take food with me so that I'm not spending money in grocery stores and takeout food places and buying slices and things like that. We know that's where a lot of our money goes, right? I tell all the younger people than me these days, I say you got to be careful, because in your 20s and 30s, you often, all of us, we eat all of our money. We give it to McDonald's, we give it to the pizza places, the sub places, and everywhere else. And now I don't even know a world where Skip the Dishes and Uber Eats and all these things have come out, but we've got these meal services, and they're just tacking on fees on top of everything. And it's just unbelievable to me, the prices. But I get guilty of it too. If I'm on the road and I'm starving, I'll hop into any place and buy a sandwich for what now could be $7 Canadian, you know, something you could have made at home for 50 cents, you know, or whatever. And it doesn't always come down to money. We got to enjoy life. You got to do what you got to do. But I try to buy in bulk, I try to buy on sale, and I try to get value out of every dollar. So if I'm going to buy a pizza, I never buy a small one. I always buy an extra large, like huge pizza, and then I'll freeze it if I have to, or I'll put it in the fridge and, you know, take a little bit every day, because I could eat pizza every day. So I find that over the last couple of months, too many times, even though I make a sandwich every day, I take fruit every day, and then I take a bunch of nonsense I'm not going to admit to as well every day. But I still find myself a little bit too hungry, and long drives after work. I live in Niagara Falls, but I work in Toronto a lot of the time, so almost every day is an 1.5 to 2 hour drive home. And it's part of my work day, so I'm grateful for that. But, you know, that's too long to not have eaten, and still 3 hours from dinner time, let's say. So I will experiment with this pizza idea this week and probably eat that every day as a second meal or snack. But this is an idea. So part of my long speech about pizza. P&J's Homestead Adventure is up on the screen. I should have cleared some names off of the wheel. I should do that right now, as a matter of fact. So if anybody here has not been seen yet, that is still listening or watching, anybody at all, just please be active in the chat, and I'll get your channel back onto the wheel. But I'm taking a few names off right now for channels that we haven't seen in a while, or ones I've got fallen behind on, because we're going to go overtime today. And then we don't always get to every channel every day. We get to as many as we can in 3 hours, but Saturdays and Sundays are always like monstrously busy. Today was out of control. P&J's Homestead Adventure is going to bring us a lot of outdoor content. I see they've got something a little bit different here. A homesteading channel, truly. And Paula and Jason are going to, there's pizza right there, are going to bring us into their home, but they'll also take us outdoors. And P&J's Homestead Adventure, let's read from their about section here. 25 acres in New York State. Hopefully I can visit one day. I have to make plans a year in advance. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere for a year because of this job I keep yapping about. But when my vacation time comes, I would love to come to the States and spend a couple of weeks visiting a lot of people if I can. I've got family in Atlanta, so I have an excuse to head that way, but I've been through the Northeast many times before. P&J's Homestead Adventure, I'm just going to grab their latest video here, and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. Looks like they've got an interesting story to tell there. And then they've got shorts on this channel. These have gotten into 2,200, 2,600 views. I'm trying to remember for the life of me how long P&J's Homestead Adventure has been with us, but it's probably 3 years by now. Live streams. So they experimented with one a year ago. We'll see if they're going to bring these out again. And thank you, Chef Mama Bliss. Yes, I'll get you right back onto the wheel, though. She's been a over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter since the beginning of Tuber Chat. I think she's been with us almost 5 years by now. Pretty close to it. Quick ride over the border, yeah. But I'm always up for meetups for anybody that can make it to Niagara Falls, Canada. And then when we look at the wheel, I'm going to spin. There you go. Yeah, handicapped traveler. Just swim across Lake Erie. It's right there. I have both the lakes right beside me, basically, right? So Dank for Jesus is coming up. That's handicapped traveler right there, as a matter of fact. This is a second channel that they've got. I'll show you their first channel in another moment here. Nice to see you getting some shout outs from Susan there. Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. Oh, I misspelled it. I missed a letter. So Dank for Jesus will come up when I spell it properly. And this channel brings us spiritual inspiration. So you get an idea of what's happening here just from the thumbnails. Now, we always recommend connecting with videos that are 3 minutes or longer. Most of them are on this channel. It's just the latest one is a little bit shorter. But I've already long connected to this channel for years now. Or, well, I don't know how long this channel's been out. Has it been a year? We'll look back. Lots of videos I've been through. 8 months ago, since they started coming in with this channel. Handicapped Traveler. This channel's gone through some change lately, but they just celebrated, I think, 3 years, right? On YouTube, they got a brand new video, too. I'm going to put this video into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up. I have a fun name for that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Handicapped Traveler is also going to bring us travel from a certain perspective, of course, right? And they talk about that on their About section. Then they've got shorts on the channel as well. So lots of outdoor content here and some winter weather as well. 2600, 2700. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they usually do these about once a month. They've got one coming up at the end of this month again, but there it is. Yeah, a week and a half ago, celebrating 3 years on YouTube, which is great to see and hear. They're working on 1,500 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And they're with us just about every stream, especially lately as well. Rachel Oha's still in the house. Let me make sure I've got you on the wheel. You just missed a spin there, but Chef Mama Bliss has got that. This is another channel we've been seeing frequently, and I know not everybody can be here every day, and, you know, certainly not for 3 hours every time we're here. I do appreciate every moment, but Chef Mama Bliss has been making frequent appearances again, and I think she's been a friend of, I really think it might be 5 years, it's 4 years, something like that. She is the one of the longest standing members we've got on the channel. Chef Mama Bliss has got almost 550 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them towards the 600 they're thinking about, and they've got an interesting new video here. They just put this out yesterday. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. You see the delicious looking content on this channel, but when we learn about Chef Mama Bliss, we're going to see that there's the CFO of a catering company and a catering academy. So it's great to know that they're sharing their talent to teach others as well. And shorts have gotten now into 500 views, 800 views, 3,100 views on another one. And more delicious looking content throughout the shorts videos there. And then one live stream. And this is a while back in, I believe, Atlanta. And hopefully everybody will connect with Chef Mama Bliss. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Angie's Oddities, I'm pretty sure we've seen here, maybe even more than once. And forgive me if I'm wrong. We might have met outside and I could be mistaken. I've been corrected many times in Tuber Chat. But this is the first time we're looking at the channel on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream. But I think what I'm going to do is take one of your videos here. I'm going to take your latest 13-minute video. I'm going to put this in my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up and subscribe and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here every 3 days, and we mix up the days and times so we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Yes, I cut a bunch of names off the wheel now. We're racing as fast as we can. There's a lot of content right now, so Little Legos going live. Crafty Witch 232's dropping a premiere. Scott Rambling with the Brooms is already live. And the unofficial official off-topic squirrel is probably going live if they're not already. And we're going to raid over there. That's Tim Mitchell and Chef CV together. But I'm going to go through a few more channels here. We won't get to everybody today, so I know it can feel disappointing. I promise you, having your channel on the screen and me talking about it are the two least important parts of what we're doing here. I know everybody likes it. It's hard to believe when I say it that way. But like Rachel Oha's up on the screen right now. They got 210 subscribers. You'll notice that by the time I finish talking about this channel in a minute or two, they're not going to jump to 220 or 230. It just doesn't work that way. People here don't run to a channel because I talk about it. The idea is just to explain what I know. I learn about channels over time, so you get an idea of what kind of generous, loyal, or dedicated supporter they might be, and then you can decide if you want to connect with them. But we always get to as many channels as we can. When we're back on Wednesday, we'll likely get through even more channels. The Stock Explorers here right now. That's Nora, their beloved and dedicated moderator. And then thank you, Exploradora80. And then Rachel Oha is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been with us many times. 210 subscribers. And then, oh, they got another channel. Yes, I must have forgotten about that if you mentioned that before. Yeah, it's nice that you're promoting your husband's channel as well. And then, nice furry friend there, Rufus, I believe you said the name is. And they're bringing us some interesting views around Hawaii right now. Shorts on this channel have gotten into, wow, 7,700 views, 21,000 views on another one, which is great to see. And when I dig through the videos here, I'm just looking for something else to watch. Most of these videos are under 3 minutes. Now, it's okay to connect with something like this. What I would recommend, though, for everybody is take the longest one you can find. Like there's a couple at over a minute here. And then maybe add another couple. Like go through 2 or 3 videos so that YouTube knows you really cared about the channel. Leave comments, of course, on each of the videos and everything else. I'm just going to take the latest one for now. I'll put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me another piece of content to watch. And then we'll spin the wheel. And then Angie's Oddity says they love animals. I think most people do. I do too. I was lucky to grow up with pets my whole life. Mostly dogs, now cats. Kristen Welton had cats, but she actually, I must have just got them a year before we got together because they're around 10 years old now. And we've been together for almost that long. Let's look at Palazzo Place right now.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
And then Palazzo Place is up on the screen right now. This creator's got quite a few short videos as well, but there's a couple that are perfect to connect with. One at 6 minutes, one at 4 minutes as well. Another furry friend here. I'm just going to grab the latest video for now, and I'll put that into my catch-up list for today. They've got some shorts over here as well, and these have seemed to do very well, getting into 1,700, 1,900 views, 2,200 on one of them, 4,100 on another one, which is great to see. And then Jen is the creator here, Palazzo Place, and this is another enthusiastic creator. I appreciate everybody's patience, especially when we can't get to every channel every day. But I appreciate the kind words in the chat and the encouragement that I see you give to everybody as well. I don't mention every single thing I see in the chat, of course, and I miss most of what goes on. As long as everybody's okay talking to each other, that's okay. And then when you have something you need me to see, you can just give me the thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. And forgive me, Greenland Quilter Katie, let me know if you're still in the chat. Or if you're still watching. I forgot to do the emoji thing I was going to show you. It can be very quick. I'll show you a quick way to cheat on emojis, which I don't want anybody to do, but you could. Canadian Family Life is up on the screen now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
So now we're looking at a true family channel. This is Canadian Family Life. They come from New Brunswick, and the whole family gets involved in the channel here. As a matter of fact, Tiffany's husband, she's the creator here, he has his own channel, Chris's Creation Fun. And I'll leave it to you to go find that, but he has got do-it-yourself videos. He works on solar equipment. He does 3D printing as well. And here in Canadian Family Life, she brings food bank grocery hauls, lots of cooking videos and baking as well, of course. Happy Mail and shout-outs for other creators, product reviews now, some vlogs she's been known to do, and they've got an impeccable container garden they like to feature. Chris's Creation Fun shows the grow lights that they use to keep that going. It's impeccable, actually. That's why I have to talk about it so much. I've never seen somebody keep a garden neat and tidy, and I know what it's like, I promise you. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 2,800, 3,700, 5,600. You see some famous Canadian winter weather there, doing very well for Canadian Family Life. And then live streams. Now, Tiffany can go live whenever she wants. She'll have a vibrant and energetic live stream, if we could call it that, fast-paced and energetic. And Canadian Family Life is somebody who grew her channel very quickly. The first 3,000 subscribers came within barely over a year, and that was a while back. And I believe there's two big reasons for that. Canadian Family Life is somebody I run into every day, supporting other people in chats and premieres. But also, she's been featured on so many other channels, like I Am Betty J Gathers here, and lots of StreamYard panels. She does her own live streams as well occasionally, but she's been featured on at least dozens of other channels, if not more. And I recognized that right away a couple of years ago when she started coming into the Tuber Chat family. Pretty soon I'll be able to say 2.5 years, but it was just over 2 years ago, I believe. And Canadian Family Life is a beloved and dedicated moderator here. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. And then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Oh, there's Greenland Quilter Katie. So I just want to show you something quickly. I don't recommend this, but if you had to speed things up, right? So you could just simply, let's say you wanted summer icons. It's easier to look for icons than emojis, in my opinion, when we're looking through Google, right? But if I look for summer icons, and particularly because we have to make them so small, I would say flat summer icons. And you'll see what comes up when I do this. These are icons that are going to have few colors, or like, you know, somewhat vibrant, but more like pastel colors than anything else. Easy on the eyes. let's just say. And then what you could do is you could go to, you could get like any image, and I don't want to encourage everybody to rip off images. You certainly know that I have done that with our memberships, where I've taken all the social media icons and things like that, but you could. I don't recommend anybody do anything unethical, but otherwise what you can do is you can find icons or emojis and things like that, and then if you know how to change the colors, you can do that. If not, you can use them as they are. Now, I'm a Photoshop guy, so I'm very proficient with Photoshop, so I can take an icon and recolor it in seconds and get membership badges and emojis going and everything else, and I've done several of those. You see some in Tuber Chat as well. But there's lots of people out there that will be willing to help with that also. You don't have to worry about the size of the icon or emoji when you're making it for YouTube. You can make it any size you want probably, and then YouTube squishes it for you when you upload it, so you don't really have to stress out over that. I know it's a thing that we talk about sometimes. Otherwise, there's lots of people willing to trade favors, or lots of creators that will charge a small amount. Fiverr is a great platform for that, but there's lots of people here in the Tuber Chat family that will make emojis for each other and things like that. But Greenland Quilter Katie, even if you want to message me, and you have an idea of what you want, maybe I can just do it for you if it's something quick. But we could talk about it if you want to do that. Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, I forget where we're already connected. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed, Carol, is up on the screen right now. This creator is going to bring us, looks like a lot of container gardening as well, as a matter of fact, and then some baking and cooking videos. And yes, I should mix in a salad once in a while, especially tomorrow after that pizza today. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol has got shorts on the channel that have gotten into 1,000 views, 1,300. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. She's been with us many times. I just got to get through some more content here. She's got 624 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push a little bit farther towards the 700 that we're thinking about. I've done a few emojis for other people and things like that. Because I've just been on Photoshop like my whole adult life, so I can whip through things pretty quick. If they're basic and you know what you want, kind of thing. You'll notice that the Tuber Chat membership emojis are all tulips. Those were meant for spring, but you'll see what I did there. I just took a black and white icon and then just colored them all: yellow, orange, red, purple, green, whatever they need to be, right? And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed Carol has got live streams over here as well. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. I haven't caught you live yet. It's been a month, but hopefully they're going to do some more, and we've got notification bells on. They just put up a video last week. We'll see if they're going to do another one very soon. They post pretty frequently, actually. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. We'll look at the Stock Explorer.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
I'm just looking at something in the background here because we want to make sure we do a raid over here, so I'll get the link ready for that. The unofficial official off-topic squirrel is already live, and that is Tim Mitchell and Chef CV, so I hope everybody will come over and visit them. I'll come over after Tuber Chat as well, and I'll leave this live stream running for an extra few minutes so we can clean up our connections here. And then, yeah, my membership icons and things like that are always basic. I forgot I changed the red one to a heart. We must have done that as a tutorial the other day. Yes, hopefully everybody will come over, and I'll drop that link again. I pinned it so everybody can click on that. The unofficial official off-topic squirrel, they'll allow us to continue connecting the same way we are here. So you'll likely meet more friends over there as well. The Stock Explorers here with almost 2,400 subscribers. This is Nora, another one of our longest time friends. They've been with us for almost 5 years, a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. And the Stock Explorer typically talks about the stock market and a little bit of crypto. That's how they started the channel. They do that in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They've really evolved over the years. They've always brought a little bit of variety, and you'll see that when you dig through their videos. They've often got product in hand. It's fun to look back at what they had to say about some of the stocks a couple years ago, like Nvidia, that now is the world's biggest company and everything else. The Stock Explorer added a new bunch of content a couple of years ago, scratching lottery tickets, and now they get involved in a lot of live streams with lottery ticket scratch battling with other channels. They've brought out a series here on their channel of new videos called Scratching with Strangers, where they literally meet people for the first time, scratch lottery tickets with them while they listen to interesting stories that they share with us. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well, which feature more variety, getting into 2,900, 4,500. One video that we know still gets views at 15,000 now for that Coke machine. And then they've got live streams on the channel. So Nora's live without a schedule. She's usually on a few times a week. She gets into them whenever she can. Sometimes we're getting a chance to get to know Nora. Lots of Happy Mail on the channel. Lots of collaborations with others. Some members-only content. And lottery ticket scratch battling like I was talking about. And it's interesting, if you look at the community post section, you'll see there's some members-only content here, where they're sharing some of their stock trades and things like that. So they're always forthcoming about their own portfolio and their own investment plays and everything. But the Stock Explorer is here with us for just about every stream as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to today. We get through as many as we can in 3 hours. Today was unbelievably overwhelming. Wednesday should be a little more reasonable. We're on again in 3 days, same time. And hopefully everybody will connect with our moderators. I think it's easy to see that these streams wouldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. And we've got, a few of these moderators trying to help out extra right now while Pete is on vacation in Italy. We hope he's enjoying his time. We're looking forward to hopefully some more content on his channel. That's what he did the last time he went there. You can look at his channel and see what I mean. But we'll have a look at Blessed to Crochet right now, and then I'll see everybody over with Chef CV very soon on the unofficial official off-topic squirrel with Tim Mitchell as well. And then Blessed to Crochet is up on the screen. This is a creator that wants to focus on connection, but they bring us crochet as well. Lots of spiritual inspiration in their latest videos, but when we get to the About section, we can talk about the intentions of the channel. They've got a new one I'll show you as well, and they've got some shorts over here at 9,000 and 10,000 views, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. And they seem to be streaming pretty frequently, almost daily as a matter of fact. I didn't realize they were going so often. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of those again soon. They've got a second channel here called Blessing Through Connection. And when we head over here, basically what they're doing, they've got some shorts that are just promoting some of the live streams as a bit of a recap there. And then they're live just about every single day. And these are meant as those live streams with pleasing audio, pleasing visuals. People trickle in and out and can connect in a similar way to what we do here. 232 subscribers on the channel right now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. And thank you one more time, everyone. Forgive me again for the channels we didn't get to. We're way over time again today. Let's go over to the unofficial official off-topic squirrel. I'll see everybody over there. And then Superchatters is back in 3 days. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up for the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a star? YouTuber looking to connect. Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.